He's a brave man.
I bet 60.
I'm always tempted to put 40 though, like even right now in my education. Always, usually, because that's just. I'll play that guy who's poor.
My intelligence is 40.
Yeah, because your intelligence can be high.
Yeah.
But your education's
My
low.
education's 50.
Cool.
Yeah, it just means maybe you're not worldly, or also for some weird reason, education can tie into
He
money a
grew
lot.
up on a farm.
Yeah. So.
And he found money.
We are playing
He
right
found a lot
now.
of money.
Daniel, what? Give us your pencil. I don't know. One. Yeah.
Brandon's like, "Are you guys playing right now?" And I want to say, "Well, we would be, but I'm messaging you."
Is he on his way?
Fly. I don't know. I just said we're playing. I'm going back to the game. If you want to join us, go for it. I'm not going to babysit you. I mean, just you guys are way out. Okay. Anyway, so did he really just say that? Where?
Yeah.
Really? You can say the back room or something.
Don't. No.
We're in the bowels of the building.
Yeah.
Maybe look through the window to you and see if
Yeah.
I have to admit I was a little confused when I got here. I was like, I see Jonathan's car outside, maybe not see Jonathan.
Daniel's on case. The true investigator he is.
There's only like
Cthulhu. I'd like to give that a try too.
The other thing too, like what I've been doing, just in case when you do start getting people and you have a chat and everybody's calling in the chat and stuff, you can download the just Twitch chat. Like on your tablet, it's like a little story you have it pop up.
Hey!
That lets you be able to like prop your thing up so where you can see the Twitch chat without having to keep going back and forth between.
There's one chair.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
I could scoot over a little
I
bit
have a little
more.
stand for this thing too.
Yeah, I can just do that one.
It's up to him.
Brandon,
Huh?
you're smarter than that. Come on. There's only like 3 store employees out there. Everyone has character sheets.
Yeah.
You mind
We got you caught up.
taking this corner and let me get closer
Do
to
we need a
you.
quick bathroom break and then we get started?
I just want to be close to you, Sam.
So,
Thor had to take the back.
so this is what you do when you go into the stream, like if you're pulling up like on your phone, whatever.
Watch out for the
settings button.
cord.
Nope.
Yeah. No, the cord.
I'm gonna knock it over. All you see. So you
Just gotta watch it
I
out
thought it was
for
a separate
nothing.
app. Okay.
it used to
watch
be
out for
they
the
had
cord.
just
You're on TV.
Man, now I got skulls stuck in my head. It's a Danzig skull.
I'm doing that. I'm gonna go see more minutes because
So then I'll
No, you need a little bit more.
no, it's not that. Okay, now it's saying it's disconnected.
He's going to make a
Which
long
also,
jump,
it
but
also
he
depends
wants to
on
make sure
your
he's landing.
Wi-Fi.
Like, I can get over this.
I think hang on.
The pregnant lady.
Just lift
Yeah.
it up.
She's
Not
a
that.
little bit more than that, right?
Cool.
Like, she's a little bit more than that, right?
Who, the pregnant lady?
Just move it.
The
It's not a big
pregnant
deal.
lady.
I don't know where she's from or who she is. Oh, sorry.
You see that, James? Look at
Oh. Oh.
that. You say it looks like, it's like it dropped the connection. See, Nick gave me the password for that one.
Yeah. It's still weird.
We'll try it and see.
Reconnection successful.
Yeah. It's like it lost the connection totally. So. Alright.
No, it's just back up. Yeah, it's just back up.
Your face lost its connection.
Alright. We're only 40 minutes late. I have to stop at 8 by the way.
Hey.
Before you just got to have some of that
Jonathan,
first.
another thing you can do to help with this later on, if you see that this keeps dropping in and out,
Yeah.
set the tables up right there by the
Is it Ethernet
register,
cord?
and we can run an Ethernet cord.
Sweet. I've got a 250 foot one right now. So you got one of those?
We have like 100 foot.
Just noticed that shirt.
But yeah, you can just
That's awesome.
But you can just run it from the routers like
You
this.
shall ride
Just run it through there.
eternal.
And then we can just like
Shiny
wind it up.
We
We're
made-
gonna start doing some streaming and stuff and some other stuff. And so we're gonna probably put it over there too.
They're basically a jug band.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So they are kind of like.
At least we get it set up that way you won't
With
keep
their
dropping
lyrics
connection.
sound almost like they would be punk rock or heavy metal.
Did you get dropped again?
No, I'm probably gonna have to move you guys, Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not gonna be. It's too crowded. So can you guys kind of scooch over a little bit, maybe, or something?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
We'll move around.
Yeah, because I want to move this camera very.
Let's get this one. This one?
Yeah.
Towards me.
See if you can get 3 on the edge there. If you get 3, then that should spread out.
I get the corner sound.
Don't both get the corner.
We share the corner.
Share the corner.
Have you ever had anybody role play twins?
Not now. Let's talk about that later. Okay.
Brandon, I've been
Sorry,
in
I
the game
just-
for where there were twins in the game. One was a player character, one was a non-player character.
So for those of you who just got here, there's some Call of Cthulhu cheat sheet shortcuts right there in the stack. Not that. No, not that. Yeah, that one. Just the basic overview of the rules.
And they
The other thing here too is this is the Call of Cthulhu Code of Conduct. The organized play system is very, very big on this. This is basically their anti-harassment policy. So I will have a copy of that at every game that we play. And feel free to read through it. I'll just keep it on the table. It has my responsibilities as your keeper, and it also has what they tolerate in terms of harassment. I will go ahead and warn you guys, in character or out of character, I don't care. 0 tolerance on harassment. Period. So let's just keep it simple that way, and everybody can have fun and not worry about making other people feel bad. So,
Do it.
so where did we stop the last session?
We
were.
got to
we were
Cobb's
getting-
corner.
We were spending the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna.
We were just sleeping and
sleep
getting ready.
for the night.
Yeah.
And then the next day start.
We were sleeping at the farm.
Okay.
Not
let's
my
see
farm,
here.
somebody else's farm.
So
People with the real majors were sent up to do the real work, while the rest of us, aka the artists,
That's what you call
we're
it.
staying in town.
AKA
one thing I don't
Got, like,
recall.
real town history or mine, I think, but I'm pretty sure that's what I put. I didn't write it down, so.
One thing I don't recall if we did last week. Did I read you guys the description of the farmhouse?
I don't think so.
No.
I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't to the last
What was
session.
where did we stay at then last night? Just like a
You haven't stayed. You haven't
didn't
slept.
stay- oh, we
You
literally
did-
just
you
got there.
arrived.
We
Okay.
just got there, yeah.
All right.
I'm going out to the town tomorrow.
I recall the time being 1:30 in the afternoon when you guys got there, but it sounds like you're a little later in the evening. You think?
Maybe I'm just.
We left early in the morning.
Right. It's about I think it's about 6 to 7 hour drive. So we'll play by the adventure. It's not make a huge difference. That you guys will arrive at Cobb's Corners at 1:30. Do you remember the names of the people who you were traveling with? The leader of the expedition in particular is the main one. I want you. Anyone remember his name?
That was Robert Blaine.
Blaine.
Yes, Blaine. And Blaine did tell you folks last time a little something about now that you're at Cobb's Corners. I know it's been 2 weeks on holiday, so. All right, so what he told you was that you can do as you please for the evening, but he wants you to stay in a group because he's responsible for all of you, and he will be keeping an eye on you in the town. So he would prefer that you stay together, whatever you choose to do. So I'll read you guys. I'll just move the camera.
Okay. She's got to get something else.
Huh?
She has to go get something else.
Is she sitting down?
No.
Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. Where were we?
We have to stay together.
Yes, you have to stay together. Let me read you folks the description of the farmhouse because that's where we're going to start out, at the farmhouse.
Okay.
It's a 2-story farmhouse. It's not in good condition. It's very unsightly and pretty much an eyesore. The most noticeable thing is actually behind the farmhouse, there are some large sugar maples growing in what might have been at one time an agricultural field. So something was previously planted there but has since not been taken care of, and their trees have grown in its place. If you go inside the house, which I'm going to go ahead and say you guys do, there are a few unbroken chairs in the living room you walk into, facing one another before a brick fireplace. There are ashes in the fireplace, but it doesn't appear that they're recent ashes. There's a large window right next to the door looking out the front yard. There is a phone line run to the house, but the house does not have electricity or gas. The layout of the house is there's a large front room, there's a kitchen area, and what looks to have been a parlor downstairs. That's all downstairs, all those. And then upstairs, there are 2 large bedrooms. The entire house is very, very dusty, has not been lived in quite some time. It doesn't really feel abandoned. Just move the camera.
Go on
Yeah, you were that, or I was going to say you could come in this way. I'd get up and out of your way. I've had I've been with someone with a child before. Yeah, you learn to be cool before you pay for it. Yeah, you do get a lot of food. Yeah.
In the living room, let's see. Sorry. In the kitchen, there's a hand pump in the sink. This is the 1920s, so running water was not a thing. There was a hand pump leading to the well. Right above the hand pump, there's a sign. It's faded yellow and blue, and it's hand stitched, like cross stitch, and it reads, "God bless our happy home." Below that window, that's right up, there's like sink, hand pump, window looking into the backyard. There is a large metal box just to the right of the sink. It'll be an ice box. You're familiar with an ice box from the 1920s. People used to, ice was a big business back then. And if you look out that back window through the kitchen, you see a decrepit outhouse that is surrounded by very high grass. There's no evidence that someone has walked out to this outhouse in quite some time. Not a worn path like would be normal with an outhouse in the 1920s. Behind the outhouse, there is a collapsed barn, and the barn is what's surrounded by the sugar maples. All right, so that's your description of the farmhouse. What do you folks like to do for the evening? You're not in town, by the way. So,
Around the woods.
yeah, just let you know.
So there's no electricity.
There's a phone line. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna ask to see if there's any tools to go chop up wood for fire for the night.
Blaine knows as much as you guys do, so there's really no one to
check out the
ask.
barn.
So check out the barn then.
I'll go with
Oh wait, wait, hold on. We all gotta go
We should
together.
probably stick together.
Yeah, I think there's no reason why we can't all go to the barn. I'm curious about
That's all.
that.
Do you guys need a description of Robert Blaine again, by the way, since
Yes.
it's been 2 weeks? Okay. So,
I'm not saying I want to go to the barn. I'm just saying I don't want to
Yeah.
be here alone either. So if everyone's going to the barn, then I'm going to the barn too.
he's a good-looking guy with a lean, muscular physique. He wears understated clothes of brown and gray. He rarely smiles except to deliver sardonic comments. And when he's a little stressed, you've noticed that he grinds his teeth.
He looks really tired.
Yes.
Other than him, or is there anyone? Is he like the only professor? Or
He's not a he's a student. He's a student.
he's a student? Oh, I'm sorry.
He's like,
He's like a graduate student.
Yeah, I was like thinking like I gotta watch myself around this guy.
No, he's a student, but he's in charge of the expedition, so he's responsible for all you guys.
So
probably it's probably a project for the grade.
Oh,
And
you
he's
better
dating
watch what he says to me. I
daughter.
will make sure.
His dad a professor?
He's dating professor's daughter.
Oh. Yeah. Yep.
That's the feeling I got then, yeah.
Sam, there's just our 2 characters on the other side of the group, right?
Huh?
Sorry.
My hearing is.
You said it's just our two
Two
characters.
different problems. Are
We're all together right now.
Yeah, we're all together.
Right.
All this?
All of us are together right now.
Yeah, we're going to the barn.
Yes,
He's
I would
an
like to go to the barn.
archaeologist,
Who would
so
like to
he'll
go
be
to the barn?
What's
Let's
your
go check
guys'
it out.
name?
I thought there was two.
That's a good
One
name.
of these days.
I'm up with the
That's
firewood.
a really good name.
Mysterious stranger.
Yep. Mysterious.
What's his name? What's his name?
What's his name?
Okay, I'm proceeding to the barn.
Who?
I don't know if anybody's coming.
There was a baseball.
What's this mysterious?
So all of you are like you go out to the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take a look
we're
around.
gonna check the place.
Walk outside in the yard. It's more evident that no one has been in this yard because there's no path. Grass is at least knee high, if not higher in some parts. Lots of insects. The barn is collapsed into itself and is in a very, very bad state of disrepair. There's not a barn you can physically walk into because the roof has fallen in.
Oh, wow.
Well,
So it's almost more rubble than barn. But there was a barn here at one point. If you ever seen what old barns do, sometimes they'll collapse into themselves. That's what's happened to this one.
there's your firewood if you need
Like,
some.
I mentioned wood,
Yeah.
chopping up wood. How far away? Like some trees?
There's sugar maples like less than 10 feet away from the barn.
We got,
Because
we
remember
got a whole-
behind
we got a whole barn full of them.
behind the
I know. I just
chopped
really
up
want to
wood.
know where the tree line was.
behind the barn is the barn would have been sitting right in front of a field at one point in the past. It's no longer a field because trees have grown into it. So that field's been abandoned for quite some time, but you can still see faint rows of vegetation that were in the field previously.
What's the idea with
And
it?
the sugar maples are all around the barn.
It's for us to stand.
All over the property. Pretty
Oh,
much.
okay, they're all over
Yeah.
the property. Okay.
The sugar maples behind the barn are smaller than the larger sugar maples off to the sides. So
Does
they
anyone know how
grow.
to tap a maple versus cinnamon?
60 you what else you do for yourself?
Jump on a tap first.
Can I go back inside the house and just check the fridge just to see?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay,
Yeah,
I wanna do
just,
that.
You just
Yeah.
need to tell me what you like to
Yeah,
do.
I want to go and
Okay,
check
well,
the fridge.
I'll go with him so that he's not going completely by himself.
Okay, as you guys walk back, you hear Blaine starting to grit his teeth a little bit. He asks you where you're going.
We're just
Checking the
out
fridge,
place.
just gonna see if we can find a couple suds.
I think it was Frank that mentioned that Blaine's very tired, possibly some signs of anxiety or stress too. So he says, why don't we all go back inside? I think we've seen all we can out here at the barn.
I want to roll psychology on him.
Sure.
That is a 12. That might be a hard success. Yeah, it's not a 8 is my extreme, but it's a hard success.
He has got textbook signs of depression.
Whoa, okay, good to know.
So there's something's eating in him. Maybe it's just generalized depression. Maybe it has a cause. Hard to say at this point. But he is down in the dumps about something.
Can I walk around the house?
You all right, Blaine? I'm just gonna set that in character. You all right?
You want to role play it out?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Just this is a lot of work organizing the expedition.
You sure you got something you want to talk about, or just I mean, friends?
I'm hoping to kind of lose myself in the work this weekend. That's what we can do while we're here.
What exactly are we doing here?
We're going to be surveying. A large company has funded this expedition, and they want us to do an assessment of the area for possibly some oil and gas excavation, mining. They think they can get some money out of this place.
Simple enough. Simple enough.
How long has it been since someone actually worked at this farm?
I don't know. I've never been to this farm. This is just what they told us where we're staying. They picked it for us.
What company are we working for?
I think we're supposed to get their name tomorrow. We're supposed to meet with the representative in the morning, I think.
Okay.
So looking around, is Blaine the only one that's still there from the people we had met earlier in the day? Have they all gone back?
Just fine.
Not even his other student slash. What's her name?
Clarissa.
Clarissa.
She's server to you.
Miss Thurber. Yeah, that's okay. You got it now, though.
One thing you guys can do on Blaine, because you're a student, a good skill to represent your knowledge of basically people around the school and who's doing what. That'd be a tough one. There's not really a
Disguise.
Depends how your history.
No. I mean, you're a student at a university. This is a measure of how socially active you are, maybe is a good way to put this.
Knowledge roll?
Survival.
Knowledge is about the only I can... Yeah.
It's like history, yeah.
I don't know if I'd say history, because this is like modern, like right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you imagine yourself in high school, you know who the cool kids are versus the non-cool kids. That'd be a good analogy for that.
Kids.
So it's more right now than history. I think knowledge is probably the best we can do.
Psychology.
So, I do just want to throw that out there for any guys, any people you interact. No, not psychology. Psychology is more a measure of a
Reading
person.
someone.
Yeah. Since you are students at the university, any university students you interact with, let's use knowledge roll.
With that education?
Is there an education skill? I didn't see one on the character sheet.
But use education as our
What
knowledge.
about credit rating?
Yeah, you could use your education. Probably is a better measurement
Or
of that, I would
intelligence.
think. Education or knowledge would be the two. So, actually, let's use either, and we'll get some different answers depending on what you choose. So.
Okay, well.
I just realized you folks are all students at the same university as Blaine and the other students, so you might be able to know a little bit about them too. So,
I'll go ahead and try education.
okay.
22. That's a hard success.
Okay. Blaine previously was a very well-known personality on campus.
Okay.
He was one of the head individuals on the debate team. He was also one of the star wrestlers. Not really sure why, but he dropped off the debate team, and he hasn't been making wrestling matches. So he's kind of a cool kid who, I'm not going to say he's not cool anymore, but something has taken up his time, maybe. Whatever he... Socially, he's dropped off the map. Maybe is a better way to put it.
But he has been really popular in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he was, like I said, he was the head of, one of the head people on the debate team and one of the star wrestlers for the entire school.
Oh.
But,
So yeah, he was like a diplomat. He went between the tribes.
So my
Which is
character
hard to
actually-
pull
my
off
character-
sometimes in high school.
My character would actually like him because of wrestling.
Not everyone can.
what character, what?
Well,
Well,
like him
college,
because he
yeah, that's
as a
right.
wrestler
You're right,
would go
college.
Not necessarily.
A little bit
No,
easier
you would
college.
know him.
Yeah.
It doesn't automatically mean you would like him. You would have knowledge of him. If you're a wrestler, you're going to have a little more knowledge of who he is. Whether or not you guys like each other would be how you interact with him. So, you're more familiar with him.
And since you've already hit on his girlfriend,
No.
he's probably not going to be inclined to.
I don't care no more. You know all the cool.
So if I wanted to look around the farmhouse and check to see if I can find anything odd, like
Find anything in the fridge?
natural world odd or occultism odd.
I understand what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
That's a D&D mindset.
Okay.
Throw that out the window.
Okay.
In Call of Cthulhu, it's more beneficial to tell me I'm looking in these specific places or areas,
Okay.
and then we can start making rolls. D&D is more about I have the skill,
Yeah.
how do I use it, and then what can you tell me?
Okay.
Call of Cthulhu, I need to know what you're doing first,
Okay.
and then we adapt the skill to it.
Well, I'm going to go upstairs. We can go upstairs.
Okay.
And
So-
start looking through the bedrooms.
Just back up a bit. Let's back up. We're getting way too far ahead because remember, Blaine interacted with you folks when you were going back to the house.
Yeah.
So how did that resolve? Because we got off on some tangents.
Well, I just told him if he was all right. He kind of deflected the situation. I would have just continued on to the fridge just to check it out. That's
Okay.
what I said I was
So
gonna
Blaine's
do.
motioning for the rest of the party group, whatever you want to call you, to come back inside the house, away from the bar. And he's going to stand near the back door, kind of like peer pressuring you to come on inside.
How do you know falling from peer pressure, sir? I'm
Are
going to
you,
go
are
in.
you saying it?
No, I'm going
He's either gonna peer pressure or stare pressure.
I'm taking a walk.
We had, that brings up a good point. We had a good discussion before the game started about interaction with Call of Cthulhu NPCs. Most of the NPCs in Call of Cthulhu, what you get from them is how you interact with them. So be very careful. If you want to joke around, what I would suggest you say is out of character. Yeah? Say, out of character, I do this. And that way, that's my signal to know that you're not really doing that with the NPC. And I don't mind. You can be silly and make jokes all you want. I don't have a problem with that. But I need to know when's the time between this is what my character's actually
I
doing.
understand cool.
Yeah. So let's use, does that sound? Let's use out of character.
Okay.
So everyone walks back in the kitchen, and Roy, you wanted to inspect. No, somebody who said they wanted to inspect.
What? I don't walk into the kitchen. I'm taking a walk. Around.
Okay, so Blaine sees you walk away and says, "Where are you going?"
I'm just gonna take a walk.
No. I'm responsible for. Remember, I said earlier, you all need to be together.
Who's where? Out of character.
Huh? What's
Out
that?
of character. Who's where?
Who's where?
Where is everybody?
Where is it? I think we've all kind of delved into the kitchen.
Yeah, we're back in the house.
In character, I will say to him, well, then are we all to sleep in the same room? How inappropriate.
No, we would separate the males and the females. We've never been here before. The town was gracious enough to let us use this house free. They're not charging for us here, and they even ran a phone line. There was no phone here previously. I would just kind of like to have everyone where I know where you are in case anything happens. I'm responsible.
Are you worried something might happen here?
I'm not worried. I'm in a strange place where people have been very benevolent to us, and I'd like to respect that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to walk around the house if that's okay with you.
Let's all do that as a group. These gentlemen wanted to check out the ice box, and then we'll walk around because I would like to actually walk out in the fields with the sugar maples.
Yeah, wants to do everything as a group.
Sounds
Yeah, we
good.
do. We
Yeah.
do actually. Yeah, that was the one. That was the first instruction I made very clear when the expedition started. That we are. My only requirement. That's my only rule is that we work together as a group the whole time.
Well, the walk along the sugar maple sounds quite awkward.
Okay. Well, Brandon, are you going to come back inside, or are you?
Where to?
What do you? Okay, so you come back inside. All right, so we're all in the kitchen, and you wanted one of you two wanted to look
Yeah,
at the ice
He
box.
wanted to look in the ice box. I wanted to go upstairs.
We're gonna have to eat tonight, so.
Okay, so let's deal with the ice box first, and we'll deal with the going upstairs. So, open the. Have you ever used the old ice? Okay.
You got to use the handle.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So when you open the ice box, there's a bit of a tug when you first open it.
Okay.
A little bit of a film around the edges there. And the first thing you notice is touching the metal, it's not cold. Chances are there's no ice in this. So when you
It's
open
gonna
it
be
up,
rough.
it's completely empty.
Oh.
There's
It's
no
like,
smell.
well, it could have been worse.
Could've been
I was
Yeah.
expecting some rot or something. Maybe we can find some dry goods or something around here.
So how do you want to express your desire to go upstairs?
I want to go upstairs and look through the rooms.
You asked that of Blaine.
Yeah.
Let's go look at the sugar maples outside first. We'll come back. We'll have enough time to settle in and situate everyone.
It's fine.
Well, we've still got light, which
Yeah.
it's not too late. But let's
What
look
are we
around outside
look-
first.
What are we looking at the maples for?
We're going to catch the evening air.
I'm just curious what this house was used for. I don't know who owned this house, so I'd like to see how did an old house like this that was once a farm get abandoned, and then it looks like it's. Make me knowledgeable, if you don't mind. Just just straight up against your. Do your history. Do history. Actually, let's do history. Sorry.
Are there any
Okay.
I want to make a check as well because I'm listening rapidly to this conversation.
Okay.
I got. Yeah, so is that
That's two.
What's
Two.
Oh,
Okay.
You got a 2.
that is
And
good.
Devlin, it's really
Really good.
Yeah, that's extreme.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
so attentive.
based upon the condition of the house, even though it is pretty much abandoned, based upon the condition of the house, based upon the condition of the barn, and the size of the sugar maples in the field, someone is taking care of this house. If the house has been abandoned as long as the barn and the field have, it should be in much worse condition. Broken windows, maybe roof caved in, probably the ice box and or pump will be broke or stolen. But this house just really needs a good cleaning. The barn is collapsed. I mean, it's like totally a rubble of lumber. The field has half-grown trees in it. So, you're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Who knows how long? But this house to be in this condition, someone's taking care of it. So,
I think I would just tell him the house is in remarkable condition for the condition of the land around it. Coming from Amish country, I know it.
oh yeah, yeah,
and all that.
that plays right into that too.
Yeah.
And Blaine says, I agree, and that's kind of why I'd like to look at the fields, because I'm surprised that these fields are in that shape, but this house is in this good a shape too. This is a little odd to me. So.
Yeah.
You know
Out of-
just
out of
about
char-
as...
I'm sorry, out of character. I'm just looking around. As far as I'm not sure how much my archaeology skill would work, as far as just kind of noticing things about this place and all. In general, what might be going on here. I know it's. I'm thinking more hundreds and
I think
thousands
that,
of
I think
years,
that would
which
be
is
more.
10 years.
That would
Yeah.
Be, that would be more like anthropology.
Yeah, and you might even want to look at your history,
Yeah.
anthropology or history. Anthropology would tell you more of the culture. History might tell you of the area, because what you could potentially get is like what type of farm this was. Like
Yeah.
maybe even like, okay, here's a dead giveaway. There's no slave quarters. We are in the 1920s. Slaves were not around, but a lot of the houses still had either a slave house or the remains or even a foundation of what was once a slave house. We haven't seen any of that at this point. So this is probably not a heavy labor farm based upon that. So there's also no...
Good son.
I'll give you these when they have your roll for them. There's also no evidence of any type of storage. So that also tells you this. All the signs indicate this is more of a family farm as opposed to a business farm. Business farms at that time would have some type of remains of a slave's quarters and also some type of storage. The storage was a big deal back then.
When I look around, are there any kind of personal items? I know you said there were some chairs and things like that, but are there any personal items left in the house at all? Like
Only
chairs or...
removable items would be the icebox. If you really were desperate, you could move the pump from the sink, the chairs, and then the God Bless Our Home sign above the sink.
So the God Bless Our Home is the only decorative item.
Yeah.
That's really...
Yeah.
So no photos or anything.
No photos at all.
in there.
No tables, no lamps, lights,
Lights,
candles,
And then the house
nothing.
pretty much is an empty house.
Lights,
Exactly.
candles.
Yeah, the parlor is completely bare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the parlor is nothing in it.
Let's step out to the maples before we lose the light.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Just flip over here. Hang on. We're back talking to Mr. Blaine. And Sam, did you want to bring up this point? You want to go upstairs or again, or you got that resolved?
Well, when we go back, I'm going to go upstairs.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Just get my ducks in a row here. All right.
Fine.
So when you guys go out into the back, Blaine kind of leads the pack. He seems a little excited by this. He's wanting to check out the fields. It's just really, there's just something about these fields. He goes out and looks at them. His interest appears. Who knew Blaine? Someone you made the knowledge, right?
We're both kind of like, I got a varsity jacket. I thought it was no big deal. Put that down as possession.
Yeah.
I mean, MU varsity jacket on.
Somebody had a critical success though. Was it Sam or Roy?
I had a
Sam?
hard success on
Yeah, hard
psychology. Yeah.
Psychology.
He had
I
hard
figured
success
I'd known
in
him.
psychology. I had a hard success on my education.
Okay, good. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so Sam, one other thing about Blaine, and this is where it's really coming out. For whatever reason, he recently switched majors. He's still undecided, but he's now gone away from science to anthropology and history. And when he's going back and looking at the field, some of his commentary and his enthusiasm sparked that memory. Oh yeah, he did switch majors to that because he's very interested in the history of this farm.
He was in what? before?
Science,
Now he's in.
anthropology, history.
What was the his girlfriend in?
Oh, you have to ask her. You have to knowledge check on her. I can tell you on Blaine because Sam got a critical success on Blaine, but she's a whole other thing, and she's not where you guys know.
If you're just wondering aloud,
I am.
I believe that she's a chemistry major.
Thank you. While we're walking.
So Blaine is really ecstatic about this field, but as you guys listen to him walk and kind of hypothesize about what type of farm this was and who lived here, it's very apparent that he's just kind of blowing smoke. Like, he's not really saying anything of value. He doesn't really. Maybe he's a novice at this, or he's just not that knowledgeable. But he's not really saying anything that points to a group of people or an actual type of farming. So,
I want to use my persuade and just try to reach out to him again, because like you said that he was a star athlete, and yeah, I know he was on the debate team and a lot to him, but
yeah,
I figure we would know each other a little bit through that. I want to be like, yeah, this is interesting and all, Blaine, but like really, man, like what's going on in you? What made you get interested in this kind of stuff?
for sure.
It's not the Blaine I used to know.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a 28. It's a success.
Is it a
But,
success?
Yeah, it's not a hard success.
Okay.
Not quite.
How do you break the ice?
Kind of like what I just said. I want to be like, this is interesting, Blaine. But now that I got you out here, like, there's a lot of rumors and stuff going around town. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. Like, man, we were gonna take state. I mean, come on, like, you gave all that up, like you were my guy, man. You were my friend, like, and now it's like you're real distant. You're into this kind of like, I don't want to knock this stuff if this is what you like, but it's not really for me. And I just want to know, like, why have you changed, man? Like, help me understand as a friend. I'm really trying to reach out here to you.
Did you hear about the missing students?
No, I did not.
It wasn't common knowledge. I mean, man, we're longtime bros, so I guess I can talk to you about this. And he kind of tugs you. He's dropped the tone of his voice, or the volume of his voice. So he's kind of grabbing you and pulling you aside, and he's making it pretty obvious he wants to talk to you alone.
Okay.
I'm listening intently.
I'm going to try to stealthily follow along close enough to hear them.
What's that?
It says I was like listen or something. Can I?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
So anyone who wants to make a listen, just go and make a check for me. If you want to do anything past a listen, like you actually want to interact with them, we'll do something a little more than listen. But right now, if you're gonna make a listen, attempt.
I'll attempt to listen.
Which one do I roll?
And I don't hear anything.
Below 40. Just push
I hear
success.
ringing in my ears.
Below 20. Below 8. Yeah.
You got it. Four.
Okay, what'd you roll?
That's 27.
Sweet.
Okay, what's your listen?
I got a 3. I made a regular success.
I used my badge.
20.
Another
Yeah.
string, 27.
So how many successes do we have, and how many critical successes do we
I
have?
rolled a 4.
4. Is that critical?
I got a
Yeah.
regular success.
Regular success, critical success. Anything else?
Failed.
Failure. Okay. Anyone else?
I failed.
All
Alright.
right, Jack.
All right. So Frank and Brenda, you're the only two who are going to be able to hear this. Brenda, you'll probably pick up on a little more, and I'll let you know the things you pick up on if
Okay.
Frank does not. So Blaine pulls you to the side, doing his best to kind of separate you from the rest of the group to talk to you, and he says, "We're not the first group. We're the second. I wasn't part of the first directly. Me and Clarissa, everyone thinks we're a thing, but we're really just best friends, especially when we were in the same college. I'm still really good friends with her, even though I'm not in this College of Sciences anymore. She's a chemistry major, but we're close. I'm a little uncomfortable being away from her right now, as a matter of fact, because she's back, not with us.
But you guys, so you're just nothing but real close friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
wish I heard that one.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There was someone in the first group that I was more than close friends with, and if you wouldn't mind, that's kind of all I want to talk about right now. I'm not too comfortable about this. Brenda, you're going to pick up on that part. Frank, you won't, because he kind of drops his voice again. He's not really comfortable talking about this.
Okay, maybe another time.
Yeah, it's not really common knowledge, so just kind of keep that hush hush.
You got it, man.
All right. I'll let you know more when I can, but I really don't want to scare everyone else. You know what I mean? If we tell them that, hey, there's another group that disappeared, they might not even come to begin with, much less stay. So, I don't know a whole lot about what happened, but I know they have made it back.
They just disappeared.
A lot of rumors, man. There's a lot of rumors.
You know how many?
4. 4. Let's get back to the others that are going to be suspicious while we're gone for so long.
Yeah.
All right. So Blaine's a little... He's a little calmer now. Maybe talking to you, Roy, kind of got it off his chest type thing. But he's now walking amongst the fields, not talking anymore. He's just kind of looking around. So.
Don't mind, Blaine. I want to get back to the place. Nothing out here for me.
Okay. I think it's a good idea. Let's get back to the farmhouse.
Can I touch one of the trees first?
Oh, yeah. You can touch them anytime you want.
Alright.
Ah,
Trees.
Amish roots.
Sugar maples.
Yes. Take it a deep breath.
I'm going to try to see if I
Enjoy the
can
outdoors.
figure out what kind of crops might have been planted here.
Okay, so how are you going to do that?
I grew up on a farm.
Good. No, that's exactly kind of the answer. So, tell me on your character. How would your character use what they have on their sheet to do that? Maybe it's a better way to state that. So, if you got some history of growing up on a farm, it'd be a good way to do
I've
it.
got history. I've got natural world.
Okay, sure. Sounds good.
And I failed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your failure is that there's nothing that looks to be non-native growing in the farm area, in the field area. Just the sugar maples and lots of grasses.
Yeah.
So, I'd like everyone to make, on the way back to the farmhouse. Oh, Frank, you might have to help me out because I'm still thinking of the spot roll, the old version.
Spot hidden?
Spot hidden.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one. Spot hidden. Just everyone make a spot hidden roll. Going back to the farmhouse. This is not necessarily representing there's
But I
something
did
hidden.
succeed though.
I gotta succeed. Sweet, our heart's accepted.
Those are some pretty trees.
No, it's just regular success.
So we use the spot hidden roll not because there's something hidden, because if everyone failed, like, well, there really was something, we just need to keep trying, right? The spot hidden roll is to recognize that when you're walking back to the farmhouse, there is a flower bed on the back side of the house, but that's not what you're using the spot hidden for. The spot hidden, who got a successful one? All right, so all of you, who got the success, what you notice is the flowers in the flower bed are arranged very almost symmetrically. There are violets, daisies, buttercups, and lilacs, and they are very neatly ordered in circles going outward. So the inner circle is a circle of violets, and then a circle of daisies around that, and a circle of buttercups around that. And you'll be able to see this once you notice the ring. There's a ring of stones in the center of all of this. So there's a ring of stones that's surrounded by 4 rings of flowers. So that's what
violets, then daisies, then buttercups,
and then lilacs.
and lilacs are in there.
Yeah. That's what your spot hidden represented, that you
Barely
noticed
missed,
that.
barely missed a hard success, but we got
All right, without any further ado, the question?
one side is
If they told us about it, I want to look.
I failed.
If they told us about it or pointed it out, I want to look at it.
Did they?
I get your attention.
They did?
Daisies,
I didn't hear anyone say you.
Yeah, I'll tell them.
Oh,
Okay.
someone's telling us?
I'm gonna be
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Do you have one? Look at it. But what was outside the buttercups again?
Lilacs.
Lilacs.
Yeah, at this point, would archaeology help with anything with this?
You can try it.
Alright.
There's just a circle of stones. Archaeology would
With
help.
flowers, the way they're arranged with stone. I don't know.
Try it.
Yeah, I have.
Wow, no. That's
very
very pretty.
I have some occult, so I guess I want to roll and see if it means anything to me.
Okay.
I'll do the same thing.
That stands point. All right, roll the 16. Success.
You have success?
Yeah. So
I got a success too.
Be it the species or the color, you see no occult significance to these flowers or the arrangement or the order in which they're planted.
the stones.
He's just really nice looking.
It's a nice flower bed.
Neither of you get a hard success?
I rolled a 16. I don't know. How do you know if it's a hard success?
Hard
or not?
success
Those
is like
two
the middle
numbers.
What's
Yeah.
what's your main
It's
number?
a hard.
Is it a hard success?
50. Yeah, so you got a hard success.
She got hard.
Okay, so Brenda, because you got the hard success, the only thing that you notice additionally that Sam does not, because you did not get a hard success, right? So what you notice is that these were planted by someone. They're not naturally,
Okay.
Someone took the time to make it.
Okay.
That number too.
Oh, okay.
And then a fifth of that number.
Oh, yeah. I should have filled those in.
Strings and stuff.
Okey dokey.
I'm ready to
All
go
right,
inside.
well,
If you hit the fifth number, that's a crit success.
Well, I guess I'll comment to Blaine that these flower beds are remarkably well kept for an abandoned home. Clearly, someone's been planting and caring for these flowers.
more evidence that someone is visiting here at least somewhat regularly. You notice the flowers are all alive and blooming and in good condition, so they're taken care of. So,
It's registering as like a 1 or 2 on the creepy scale. Yeah. Like, just enough to be like,
One or two?
yeah, like we've picked up a little, like, you know.
We stumbled on someone's secret love nest.
all right, so as you walk in the house, Blaine says, let's make this simple. We'll put the ladies upstairs, the men downstairs. I think we've only got Brenda. Is anyone playing a female character?
Yeah,
Who's
I'm
male?
a lady.
Is anyone playing a female character?
No.
So you're the only female.
Alright.
All right, so you're the only lady.
You
Okay,
get
so
yourself.
You
he'll
get
give
the
you your
whole
choice
upstairs
of.
Okay, so do what now?
He'll give you your choice of rooms upstairs, and then the men can find their way around the living room.
If you
and
want to go
parlor.
to sleep on an entire floor alone.
I was raised up Amish, y'all, so
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
even have electricity, and this is good for
Yeah,
me
so it wouldn't
because
matter if there
that
was,
telephone
like-
downstairs is of the devil. So I
Blaine says, "Okay, well, if everyone can just bring your belongings inside, and just to show that I'm not a bad guy, I think let's go into town, and I'll take you to the local eating establishment. We'll have some dinner before we go
Okay.
past
That's what we're talking about, me.
You fucked up.
Let's get some food.
What?
Brandon,
It's gonna be steak.
don't forget out of character.
I mean, no, this is in character.
That was in character. That's what you say.
Yeah.
what is that?
Characters,
All right.
You're,
so he looks
you're
at you and says,
buying, right?
"Hey, that's what I just said.
Yeah, you fucked up.
He's wow. He's buying it.
He got one of the most
He starts to
It's
grind
eat a
his
bunch of
teeth.
food.
Oh,
Yeah, he starts to grind his teeth.
No. I just meant that I'm gonna eat a lot of steak.
Oh.
no, he's not.
I hate to disappoint you, but they don't serve steak.
What do they serve?
I'll show you when you get there. Have you ever been to Jim's Grill?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so
He's just messing around,
He's
man.
yanking your
He's
chain.
just yanking your chain.
Just messing with you.
you see him kind
This
of.
guy.
You remember how he kind of relaxed after Roy talked to him?
No.
He's no longer
You've
alive.
ruined that.
Anxiety.
I knew you
Back
would.
in. So he's a little nervous. He says, "All right, would you?"
Trying to like cultivate on that relationship.
You guys, come on, let's get this going, folks. Let's get back into town.
Yeah. Alright, okay.
All right, so everyone.
Apologize for our buddy there, but
This isn't good cop, bad cop. It doesn't work like that.
Out of character, no joke. NPC interaction in Call of Cthulhu is everything. It is absolutely everything.
Yeah.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm just that is how it's
You
very-
made it harder for you, like, yeah.
You're gonna have a hard time getting anything good out of her.
Remember
So-
that time you thought we should just kick in the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was great.
It's like that.
So-
That was the best time.
If everyone is okay with this, I kind of want to fast forward through bringing the things inside and drive back to town.
Yeah.
Can I get behind the wheel?
The what? What's that?
Can I get behind the wheel when the vehicle's into town?
Yeah. Blaine does ask he can sit in the front seat with you and kind of direct you where you're going.
Sure.
If you, it's been dropping out in and out the whole time. Look right there. Just,
Yeah, so yeah, we probably just have to hard.
want me to kill it or leave
Never got my license.
Not having any issues like
Yeah.
it? It's keep the
Yeah, right.
keep the list copy of the last one.
we don't have license.
No.
In Twitch
He's just like really quiet. Keeps to
I got
himself.
stuff to do.
You know?
Oh, really? You just. I
7?
think it's nope. I'll probably drop it.
Nope.
7 days left.
7 days left?
They take
So you have it, baby.
See what I did? See what I did there, though?
Start low.
used to be
Hello. Just like, yeah, you don't ever stop.
Well, I've got this low recording.
Always low bars.
And I did turn on
Yeah, you don't know. That's like the
I say I usually start out with 7 months.
So,
I
like,
usually start off with hi, how are you doing? And don't
Yeah.
You're wrong.
4 years?
You'd be wrong the way I went about it.
Hey Roy, because Roy, are you 4 years?
all right, so
That is
everyone
opposite way to go about it.
gets in the vehicle, head back to town, and let me give you a quick description of the place you're going to go eat. Okay, so you folks are going to go to Jim's Grill. Jim's Grill is well lit with clean and whitewashed walls. You walk up to the building, it smells great. This is like a hamburger and fries type joint, but it smells fantastic.
Very nice girl.
What's that?
Whoa.
Dragons.
Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't be saying that like
And
out
just
loud.
don't forget the out of character.
Sorry, I didn't
I'm gonna
realize.
say that in character too.
Yeah, I
Don't
didn't
say that
realize
out
that.
loud, buddy.
That's fine. Because
I forgot about that time.
yeah, like Roy said, alcohol back then, mentioning it, it's a big social stigma. Just even questioning about beer.
Okay.
More on that later. So there are 6 round tables inside, and there are a couple of booths on 3 of the walls. The front counter's oak and it has a couple stools up in front of it. Kitchen's directly behind the bar and open for everyone to see. There's a cook back there, hard at work. Large pots boiling on the stove, and the grill is almost always in use. Beyond the kitchen, there's a large pantry and a door leading out back. Jim Haggerty is the owner of the establishment, and his wife Ann works the front counter. Jim is the cook. Their 14-year-old son Jason is the waiter, and as you folks walk in, he is sitting at the bar on one of the stools. Looks like he's drawing or writing something, just kind of passing the time. There's no other customers in the grill.
What's drawing there, kid?
Let's walk in. So when you guys walk in, yeah, I'm giving you the description first.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that. Just
through the
Yeah.
wall.
My bad.
maybe hit pause for a second. So when you guys walk in, Blaine he says hi to Jim and Ann. So he has been here before. He calls them by the first name, and they recognize him and say, "Hey, Robert, how's it going? Have a seat anywhere you'd like." And Ann looks at Jason and says, "Jason, take care of the customers." And you hear him. His back's to you. You hear him say, "I will in a minute, Mom. I'm almost done." What I guess you say.
What's drawing there, kid?
His back's to you, so you guys are kind of standing at the front and about to sit down. So he's like across the room. He doesn't acknowledge. He doesn't respond.
Doesn't respond.
That's
Are there any flower arrangements on any of the tables?
No, they're not.
Good shot.
Ann walks out from behind the counter, kind of shaking her head, looking over at Jason. Like, kids, teenagers. And she ushers you folks over to a couple of booths to have a seat, brings you some menus, and takes your drink order. So, I mean, if you want to, I'm kind of railroading it, but if you want to do anything extra, just pop in and tell me.
I want to talk to Blaine.
You want to talk to Blaine? Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, hey man, I apologize. You're actually doing a really great job. I didn't mean it when I said this.
Thanks. It's kind of hard, you know. It's a pretty big group of folks. I don't know all the people here. So you got to forgive me if I don't know what you like and don't like. But if they had a steak place, I'd take it. But unfortunately, I don't.
Well, kudos to you keeping the group together.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Okay.
He relaxes a little.
I want to get up, walk up to the counter where the son is drawing, and ask where the lavatory is. And while I'm at it, I want to look over his shoulder and see what he's drawing.
Jason doesn't react to you approaching him or asking the question. Anne kind of jumps in for him, kind of as a protective mother type. She says, they're just right in the back of the kitchen, just near the pantry. Don't mind Jim. He's used to customers walking through. If you'd like to look at what Jason's drawing, make a spot hidden roll.
Spot hidden, that's what I was but you got it. You got this.
36, so yeah, I passed. 39, whatever, I still passed.
You passed?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Your keeper sucks because there's a hand. Well, there's a hand out of the drawing,
And
but
you don't even know what he's drawing.
Don't
do
talk
you?
about it.
actually, you know what? No, I won't give it to you
He's a
because
puppy dog.
he's being protective of it. That's why the spot hidden. He's kind of got his arm over it. He's drawing like this, left hand. So I'm doing like this. So he's kind of protective. But you see that a little bit of the picture. It's like a couple of stick figures and a couple of trees, maybe even a forest.
Stick figures? How old is this child?
13, 14.
Oh.
He's a teenager.
Do we notice that she's checking out his drawing?
Brenda? I'll ask her that question. How's your body language? Is it pretty obvious that you're...
No, I was actually
It's
trying to be
Amish.
pretty subtle. I was asking to go to the lavatory, of course. So, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna head to the lavatory.
Sorry, one thing I forgot.
Okay.
The tree is much larger in proportion than the stick figure. So if this was real life, we're talking like California redwoods in a person.
Okay, I thought you said then the stick figure at first.
No,
I was
no,
like,
the
Jesus,
stick
where did
figure.
Stick
Sorry.
figures come into this. That's awesome.
I love steak fingers.
I've got a little bit of my allergies have been kicking my ass lately. So
Okay, all right. I'm gonna make note of that, and then I'm gonna head toward the lavatory.
Okay, as you walk away, you hear Jason kind of humming non sequitur kind of tune. It's not like a repeated pattern, but it's just like notes. He seems very happy. So,
I'm getting told that says there's no other workers.
What's
It's
that?
just the husband and wife and kids.
Jim and Ann.
So, I'm going to call Anna over. I want to make an order. I want to order my food.
Okay, she says, just hold on. We'll get you here shortly. Let me get the drinks taken care of first, and I'll come back and take everybody's order at once. It's a pretty big group. It's easier than me. I'm the only waitress. So,
Yeah.
well,
Thank
I'm
you.
supposed to have help, but I don't right now. So
Why?
I don't know. He's drawing. So
Does your boy have a problem?
what's that?
Does your boy have a problem?
Dang. Is that what you want to say there?
Does he wear a helmet?
Yeah, he's not a problem. He's not a problem, child. He just seems really fascinated with drawing lately.
He's just being a
He's
kid.
just- maybe it's a budding artist coming out, but someone kind of wants to do it. So,
You should facilitate that.
No.
huh?
You should facilitate that.
We are. That's kind of why we let him do his thing. I'm not really pressuring too much.
must
He used
have-
to help me wait
He
tables.
must be
But,
very good then.
his drawings are interesting. You know? Yeah, she just kind of nods her head nicely. It's a very pleasant. I think June Cleaver from Leave the Beaver.
Think we can see some of his drawings if he's a prodigy?
If he lets you, you'd have to ask him. He won't let us keep them either. I wanted to hang some at the restaurant, but he wouldn't let us have any.
I feel like the way the world is changing, artists are going to be able to find work very easily in the future.
I sure hope so, because Jason doesn't really take much interest in the cooking. He's more about busting tables. So it would be good if he. It'd be awesome. It'd be really, really good.
Yeah.
Well, you're right.
So,
History
on my way
hasn't
to
been
the
too kind
laboratory,
to
I'm
artists,
passing
even
through
famous
the kitchen.
artists. But you know
So,
what?
do I notice
Next
anything
10, 20 years,
interesting in the kitchen?
Man, artists are gonna be things we're really
There's-
looking up for.
it's a crazy
So when I
So-
peek over what they're cooking, there's not human legs.
Could you make a roll for that, please?
Yeah.
You see feet, but not legs. No, no. There's no evidence of cannibalism or cult, ritualistic dismemberment. No, it's a pretty normal looking diner.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fiddle around for the appropriate amount of time and then head back to the front. But as I'm going through, I want to stop by the kid again and go, "Oh, thank you so much. Pressing matters. But I noticed you have a lovely drawing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about the tree?
There's lots of really cool trees around here.
This one's really large.
Is this within
Do you
earshot?
have trees so big? Yeah, I'm not really trying to be very quiet at this point.
No, she's just talking to him.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Sorry, what was your question?
It was, do you have such large trees?
Sometimes. Right after he says that, the front door of the diner, like, just boom, swings open. There's somebody coming in who's wanting to make a grand entrance. And it is none other than the sheriff and his deputy. So they walk in.
Oh man,
Yeah.
about to get acquainted with the law.
All right.
Parts, yeah.
So, sheriff and his deputy walk in, and how do you know it's a sheriff? Anyone question that? Like, how do we know it's a sheriff and a deputy?
I mean,
Well,
I'm
he got the
imagining
badge on
he's got
it.
that badge, right?
It's the
Tell us
sheriff.
more about
Yeah.
his clothing and his outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
And only a sheriff or somebody like that would just, boom, let me just.
Sheriff walks up, strides really quickly across the restaurant, sits down at the bar, and says, "And you know what I want? Cup of coffee, black, creamer, sugar." Younger gentleman stands up, walks behind him. The sheriff is probably late 40s or late 30s, early 40s. The deputy is probably half his age. Sheriff is well built. I can't talk. Sorry, I'm on Zyrtec. My Zyrtec is kicking in. I'm just like, woo. The sheriff.
Sheriff Zyrtec.
I don't think I'm gonna do my 8 o'clock thing. I was like, no. The sheriff is well built. He is muscular, and you can see it beneath his clothing. He's in pretty good shape. Modern day equivalent. He works out. Dark blue eyes. Got jet black hair with a little streak of gray right on the left side. His face is kind of craggy. Maybe some acne scars. Maybe some battle scars. Who knows? But lots of scars, whatnot. Very leathery, very dark tan. He spent a lot of time in the sun. And he looks older than he probably is. He kind of has an aura of been through hell and back. He doesn't smile a whole lot. When he doesn't open his lips. It was kind of a closed mouth smile. Closed mouth. Even when he talks, he doesn't really open his mouth that much. The deputy is... He looks like he'd be younger than you folks. Matter of fact, he looks almost too young to be a deputy.
Wow.
He
Pretty young.
is in extremely good shape.
Thank you.
Most likely some type of high school athlete, football or basketball or baseball. He is about 6 foot tall, short brown hair, and sky blue eyes. And he looks very, very much like he would be the coolest kid in school and have all the girls. He kind of has the air of Brenda. Is your character heterosexual or?
Yes.
Okay, so she does see that he has an immense amount. If any male characters are homosexual, I don't know what sexuality you guys are. So anyway, anyone who's attracted to males, let's leave it at that. He is a very, very attractive gentleman.
Well, he could still be heterosexual and, tell that he's a handsome man.
Yeah, you can. And with the heterosexual, I always let people make the decision. Is it more that, okay, that's a good-looking guy, or but it's all the women, I don't like him. There's always the innate jealousy, too. So,
Does he have like an ace of all spades aura about him?
Yeah, that'd be a good description. That'd be a very good description.
Personal experience.
As the sheriff walked across the room and sat down and placed his order, you could tell the sheriff does this quite often based on not only what he says, has, but his well-worn path. And the deputy is the only one of the two who actually looks towards you. The sheriff doesn't acknowledge you sitting in your booths. Anne brings the cup of coffee very quickly to the point that she's not filling your orders, or if she was, she stops and fills his immediately. And sheriff takes the cup, quickly drinks it, just oblivious to how warm it is. Doesn't seem to bother him at all. And he gets up off his bar stool and walks over, stands in front of your tables. And if you have ever been around someone who is about to give a speech and they're not looking directly at you, but if I was talking to you folks like this tonight, and I'm not looking at anyone, I'm kind of staring off in the distance.
He's got his coffee. I've had, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And here's what he says. All right. I'm going to do I should role play the voice. Hello, I am Sheriff Spencer, and this is Deputy Cutter. We are the law in Cobb's Corners. We will not hesitate to make your stay here most unpleasant if you break the rules. I am aware how you city kids enjoy your brothels and speakeasies. I realize that there are so many of you delinquents that the authorities in the city let you run amok without a care for your lives or your souls. Well, not here. This is a God-fearing town. There will be no stories of drunken, carousing, shoplifting, cow-tipping, or any of the perversions you idle minds can come up with. Not here. This town has already seen more unwanted attention than it deserves, thanks to that last group of drunken hooligans who rampaged through here and wound up dead and missing the mountains.
What?
We don't need you. Excuse me, son, I am talking. You will wait till I am completed my speech. Let me restart. The town has already seen more unwanted attention than it deserves, thanks to the last group of drunken hooligans who rampaged through here and wound up dead missing the mountains. We don't need you stirring up trouble. Watch yourselves. God bless. And immediately turns and gets sick.
So wait, excuse me.
Deputy Cutter jumps in and says, I'll be happy to help you out, sir. He's a little predisposed when the sheriff has his coffee. Sheriff has his coffee.
Wait, okay.
Deputy, what was your name again? Deputy what?
Deputy Cutter.
Deputy Cutter.
By the way, we're role playing now, so.
Dead.
Don't forget, out of character, you'd say so.
Dead.
Yeah, I don't know if you folks heard about it, but there was a group of individuals who came up here from the university investigating something. We're not quite sure what. They were supposedly up here on a paid mission of some sort. We weren't informed. You hear the sheriff kind of cough whenever that's said. Deputy looks back over nervously, turns back and says, yes, sir, that was not allowed, but they were here nonetheless, and there was an incident with the individuals. They have not been, let's just say they went missing. There were reports that there was alcohol involved in drinking. We were not able to apprehend the individuals involved, either the 4 students or anyone else that might have been involved.
Wait, so how do you know they're dead if they were missing?
We are presuming they are dead at this point. They have been missing for some time.
Where did you stop searching from?
No, sir, I did not say that. The investigation is ongoing.
Where did it happen?
I cannot disclose the last appearance of the individuals. I can say that it was just outside of town. We are, for the time being, we have some law enforcement reasons, and you hear the sheriff cough again. We have some legal reasons to keep that location a secret.
So are you assuming that they brought alcohol, or was there a place in town they might have acquired?
There were reports that they appeared with alcohol and possibly intoxicated upon their last trip to town.
Oh. Evidence of these so-called alcohol.
I cannot discuss evidence with a civilian, sir.
Sorry?
I want to use persuade and just be like, just for our own good, deputy, could you tell us maybe some places that we need to stay away from? Catch my drift?
Okay.
Just for our own safety.
Sheriff's finished his coffee.
Without giving us any information that I understand you have an investigation.
Sheriff has finished his coffee, and he gets up and quickly walks out the door. The deputy does not really react to this. He notices it, but no reaction. So, deputy kind of smiles at that, and you see him relax a little bit. Now the sheriff's out of the building. Tell you what, I'm going to join you for lunch. We'll talk a little more for some food. I'm a little hungry. How about you?
All right, have a seat.
We got
Pull up a chair.
Thank you.
Where's he going?
I love how you just like, yeah,
Yeah,
blue.
just
Yeah.
You mean the sheriff?
Yeah.
I work for him. He does not work for me. It's not for me to question. I'm sure he has some of the
At least I
business
didn't say
around town.
food.
He'll let me know if I need to. Okay. So he sits down with you folks and brings the menus back over. Brings one to the deputy.
Yeah, question.
Standard diner fare. Burgers, whatever you want to order. I'm not too worried about it. There's nothing special. No steaks. It's not a high-end restaurant. This is.
Deputy
Yeah.
probably be
Can I-
can you tell us more about your sheriff? What he's been? Seems like something's on his mind.
To be honest with you, sir, I think you probably better ask him that yourself. I'm not. I don't really know you, so I don't. Not too
I
comfortable.
respect that.
Yeah. I'm sure there might be a few things he'd tell you, but not my place.
All right.
So.
I want to ask the kid, like,
Oh, Jason?
what's going on? You have to, like, do you know anything about this?
You walk up and talk to Jason.
Well, I was already over there. I never.
Oh, okay,
Never.
okay.
I was just standing there behind all this, like, watching all that unfold. I guess,
So you-
next to the kid.
Okay, so Jason, he turns and looks at you. Oh, cool. He turns and looks at you, and past being a teenager, maybe some beginnings of acne or something like that, nothing extraordinary. He looks a little sleepy. Maybe that's the only thing, and that's not necessarily a natural sleepy. It's just maybe he's a little tired. He looks at you. He says, "About what? The sheriff? He does that every day."
Every day.
No, the missing students.
Oh yeah. What about him?
What had you heard about it? You must have heard something. I bet everybody comes here.
I work in a diner with my mom and dad. I hear all kinds of things. Who knows what's true and what's not? Supposedly they were drunk. Supposedly they were like partying naked in the street. Some people even just said that they weren't drinking at all. They just got lost in the woods. Who knows? Not really sure.
The woods in your drawing?
No. It's a tree. It's just a couple of trees.
Oh, so that's not even the woods. What are the people in your drawing do?
Just people in town. I mean, we live in a town surrounded by trees. I like the trees here. They're really pretty.
Yeah, that's a lovely drawing.
Miss Ann, can I get some coffee, please?
Sure.
I guess I'm gonna give up on the kid. But out of character, am I gonna have to kill this kid too?
He's like, I was just saying, it's like, he's creepy. Like, just the way he's kind of, I don't know what it is, but something. And I just want to tell her, like, I'll have it black like the sheriff, but black sin and twice as sweet is how I have mine. No, that's not, like, that's an old, just having it black and it's just black coffee with a lot of sugar in it. But, I want to, approach her. I just want to be like, is the sheriff usually always so rude? You seemed kind of nervous around him.
Oh, honey, that's just the way he is. We have a healthy respect for the law enforcement in this town. If we didn't, I think anybody out there would run over him.
Good point. So that's how he usually is.
Oh, every day.
No matter what. Okay. Well, all right. Just as long as
He means well. He really does. Don't let his exterior fool you. He's actually a sweetheart and everything and all that. But he didn't want to, first meeting you at all. You might think he's a pushover.
So he's been at this for a while.
We've been here 8 years, and he's been sheriff all that time. So at least that's been some.
Those are the only disappearances in 8 years.
What are you asking?
And
He's talking to Ann.
Oh, where's the guy?
The deputy.
I'm asking whoever he's talking to. I left and I came back.
I know. Trust me, we know.
He's pouring my coffee. I figured I want some coffee.
Yeah,
too.
he's talking to Ann.
Okay, I'm asking him.
Asking Ann. So what were you asking Ann?
In the time that they've been, sheriff and whatnot, are those the only disappearances that have taken place?
As far as I know,
Just those 4.
it's not that big of a town, honey. Not a whole lot goes on here. Front door of the. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna walk through the kitchen, head to the restroom.
Looking for legs.
If I see Jim in there, I was gonna say, hey, what's good? What's your specialty?
Best burgers in the state. Let's not
State
say the
even.
town. Yeah, I'll
Not
say
even
the state.
on.
I'm pretty proud of my burgers.
Are there any other burger places in town?
Not that matter. No.
Oh, all right. So, what do you know about those kids that disappeared? Anything about them?
That's a darn shame. They weren't here that long, and bam, they're gone. Lots of rumors. I don't really know what's true and what's not.
Did they come across as being, troublemakers? Drunks?
They were college kids like you guys, so town like this,
I think
people
I'm pretty
walk in.
special,
And,
but okay.
yeah, I know. You walk in a town like this, people are going to immediately assume the worst.
Did you hear what college they were from? I'm assuming Miskatonic.
Yeah, Miskatonic.
Okay, now out of character, have we heard? We have not heard anything about these people missing from Miskatonic at all.
No.
Okay.
The only person we heard it from was from Blaine.
Well, actually not.
They heard it.
Yeah,
from
we-
them.
They heard it.
All right.
I was trying to ask the deputy if there was any unusual history about the town and the area around it.
That's what you want to role play it out or not role play it?
Yeah.
Role play it out. None that I'm aware of. Is there any that you are? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty young, so I don't know a whole lot about the history of the town. I'm still learning, but a lot about it myself. So I don't know of any.
I would suspect you would know a little bit more than I would know.
I haven't found anything odd. I'll say that. Front door opens, and another person walks in. Just from his attire, this is a reporter. Guy walks in, and if I were to describe this person, I would say one word: average. He's average, height, weight, facial features, brown hair and eyes. He's not unattractive. He's not attractive. He's just average. The impression you would get from this guy is he's easily forgotten. There's nothing distinguished about him. He's very, very plain clothes. He walks in and waves to Ann and Jim, acknowledges them with the first name, and walks up to the table, standing. Deputy Cutter? Hi, folks. I'm Richard Wendell, the reporter for the local newspaper. I heard you folks just arrived in town on an expedition.
Yep. Yeah, we just got here, Dick.
Yep. Well, can I get your names and what you're here for? I'd like to write a story about you, if that's all right.
No.
No?
Story about what?
I mean, it's not a big town. Not a lot goes on here, so new people in town is a pretty big deal.
The town is not free though.
Well, what do you know about? If not,
Time
what
is not
happens
free?
with the big story, get the disappearances.
Yeah, but that's old news. That's gone and past. Nothing new's
We
happened
don't
in
know
a couple
about
of
that.
weeks.
Can you tell
We
us
want to
about
know
that?
more about that.
Oh, I'll tell you what I can do. I'll get you a couple of back issues of the newspaper if you agree. Let me write a story about you.
Yeah, I guess. We'll read it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
You get us the issues about the other students?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll only charge you a small nominal fee for that one. That was a hot issue. You got to understand.
Thought the fee was we're going to give you the right to use our names and you get another story.
Maybe. You try persuade.
Maybe I don't let you use my name.
You get a chance to try persuade roll if you like.
Come on, this might be the next big thing.
I'll
You
have
never
to
know.
assist him.
You want to persuade as well?
Kind of.
Just can I not just give him an assist on his persuasion?
Wink at him.
Tell you what, before you roll,
Yeah.
how are you going to persuade him?
Well, I'm going to be like, I'm going to appeal to his being a reporter and be like, come on, you got some new students. Not only we're strangers in town, but we're MU students, buddy. And we might be the next big thing.
Not only that, you got
That's
a
right.
star
and-
captain
and-
football player. too.
Wouldn't it be in your favor to clear the air before it even gets stirred up? People are going to wonder why you're here, what you're doing, what
Exactly.
you are trying not to do. Let's
Well-
leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, you
We're
ask
trying
us.
not to do something?
Well, they're probably going to. I mean, the last group that came through town, there was a lot of accusations of drinking and
Well, with a fine
carousing.
Amish young lady, there will be none of that.
I can see that in you,
Yeah.
but some of these other individuals, I don't know them that
Yeah.
well, so maybe not.
Yeah, I don't drink.
Rumors
Drinking
spread
killed
really
my
fast
daddy.
in this town. You could be the most clean-cut, best-looking guy in the town.
That's part of his
Out of
backstory.
character,
Basically, what we're trying not to do right now is just disappear.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I want to talk to him.
Okay.
Like, Robert, what's this about missing Miskatonic University students?
I'd like to make a psychology roll.
Yeah. Basically, do you know anything about this? What's going on?
What is our student guy's name?
Nope.
Right?
Blaine?
Like,
Are you talking about our leader?
Yeah.
Looking over at Blaine, you see that he's most likely in a cold sweat. The temperature of the room is not, or temperature of the restaurant is not uncomfortable. Maybe a hair warm from the grill, but he's sweating profusely. Blaine is not looking at the deputy or anyone else. He's kind of looking at the counter, just kind of nodding, grinding his teeth. You know,
If I get
question?
another chance, it's hard to.
What do you know about these missing Cthulhu University students? Because we've heard nothing
And if I
about it.
take my weight up the restaurant,
Even at the university, no one seems to
pretty
know.
obvious. That might not be
He
obvious.
glances over at Roy's character very hurriedly, looks back down at the table. I guess there was another group of students that came up here before us, and something happened. I'm not sure what.
So you guess?
That's what I was told,
You
yeah.
don't know any other details at all?
Nope.
I made my persuade check. I mean, I would take the extra help.
Yeah,
I just got a success, so I mean, maybe you can make it a hard success.
So how do you persuade him?
I'll just appeal him to his, like I said, hey, we might be the next big thing, and, you know, come on, you're a reporter.
Yeah.
This might be the story of the century.
I
You
hope
never
so.
know, right? Right?
Well,
Yeah.
let's hope not the way the last one, because if it is, you folks won't be coming back.
Well, that's true. But it could be, hey, you never know what we're going to find up in those hills.
Very
it
true.
could be a good story of a better nature.
Tell you what, let's get a group photograph. That could be a great way to introduce you to the town. We'll put you on the front page.
Some of us
You
have.
guys agree to that?
No.
I'll go with that. More exposure for
Give
me.
it a-
Yeah.
Blaine kind of looks
Why
over.
are you so
I can be
paranoid?
in
Blaine looks over at
I
you.
just couldn't like touch the demon.
Brandon.
You know,
Blaine looks at you and he says-
Equipment.
Obviously, I don't actually. It's not the right word. Anxiety, high anxiety.
My character.
He looks over at you and he says, "We do everything as a group here. Remember?
Won't listen to the radio.
Maybe none of us should take the picture.
Why? What's the harm in a picture?"
Well, she's Amish.
I don't think you
That
speak
is a
for
good
her, though.
point. You feel like it?
I can be in a photograph. I just wouldn't be able to touch it or.
Brenda,
Look at
just
it.
to the clarification, for some reason I have in my head that you were raised by
Yeah, I
Amish,
was raised
but
by
you're
Amish
not
people.
Amish.
Yeah, like I'm not technically like an Amish person, but I'm gonna throw that out there whenever it's useful to me.
Right, but you're dressed, but not dressed in the typical Amish
No,
attire.
I wear the
There's
little
the
cap
devil.
because
Yeah.
they lived in like a Mennonite community. So I mean, I like have a little cap, so I can be all like.
So
I
you
can
are
wear-
dressed
yeah,
Amish or you're not?
I wear colors. Like I can wear blue, but I don't just wear like black and white. I'm wearing a blue dress, but
So
I
you're more-
am very
more
plain in
Hutterite
my
than
clothing.
Quasi
And I wear
Amish.
Quasi-Amish.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah,
Right.
Mennonites are like.
I gotta be the centerpiece of this one.
yeah, semi.
I only know a little bit about them because when I was lived in Oklahoma when I was little, there was a big Mennonite community there. So, and we went to a Mennonite church, but not. We went to the Awana there. I don't know. Well, that was okay.
Are we taking this picture or not?
They are hard workers.
Yeah, we can take it.
Are we taking this picture or
I
not?
challenge anyone to outwork an Amish person.
Take a picture.
So I'll tell you what, I'll let you play out what you will and won't do. How about
Okay.
that? So they will assume by looking at you you're Amish. But
Yeah.
as far as what you will and won't do, I'll just
Yeah.
let you be the one to.
Yeah. 'Cause she's willing to appear in a photograph. She just wouldn't be able to do anything with the photography equipment or anything like
I'm
that.
gonna get in the center of the photo. Muscles flaring.
All right. So back to you were saying that not everyone wants to photograph the plane.
And it steals her soul.
Where do we end up? I got
Are
sidetracked.
we still with
Well,
it?
I just mentioned that she's Amish. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
so-
trying to get out of being in a picture.
So
I am.
we'll all look to you, and,
I am.
and Blaine says, "Well, are we taking a photograph or not?"
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm not talking to her, not you. I'm talking to her.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
I
look.
can appear in the photograph. I just
Okay.
couldn't touch the equipment.
All right, sounds good. All right, so he gets everyone out of the booth, kind of stands you up in rows based on height, so you can see each other.
I'm not taking a picture.
You're not taking the picture. Blaine glares at you, his anxiety going through the roof.
It's going to be caught in the picture,
He looks at you
too.
and says, "Unless
Stand
you've
in the
got a
back.
really good reason for not being in the picture, get over here now."
Respectfully.
I'm putting him in a headlock to the picture.
Do you really put him in a headlock? The deputy looks at you and says,
Oh my.
"What?"
Not red. Not I'm holding.
Oh my.
No, the deputy looks at you and says, "Get your hands off him! What are you doing?"
I'm getting out of the
No,
headlock.
this is not a university. You don't wrestle. It's a diner.
I will walk over to you.
No,
put my
come
hand
on.
your
If-
shoulder.
if
like
you
the
want to
old
wrestle,
Come on,
yeah.
you're in the picture.
Some of us would rather stay out of the news.
Blaine looks at you and says, "The rest of us will have you join us."
Why you gotta make waves,
I'm
man?
gonna
Come
I'm
on.
gonna proceed to stand away from the group as they're about to take this group.
Blaine walks over, he grabs you by the shoulders, and walks you near the group. And as he does, he whispers in your ear, "If you don't stop being difficult, I'm sending you back to MU tomorrow."
Hey, you don't want that.
Like, you just got scolded.
Trying to
Like a bad child.
Right. I'm trying to think about how to game the system. Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, I need to talk to you later, man.
Yes, we do. But for now, the rest of the night until then, we do this as a group. Alright? He looks at you and kind of leans him forward and says, "Did you miss the part about 4 kids went missing? Not losing a 5th. I don't care how stubborn you are.
I'm older than him.
I don't care how old you are."
Okay.
And he leans back.
Old age.
He's kind of gone from high anxiety to grim determination. And again, this is role playing. This is not John. I'm literally role playing the character, and he is he's still sweating, but it's more like the sweat's still on his body, and he's gone from being very nervous to just very calm and cool and collected. And he's watching for your reaction.
I'm also observing him, so
Like, out of character, I'm just gonna let you know, man. Like, this guy and the feeling I got is like, he's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
what-
like,
that's
in
what I'm trying to
character,
see, like,
I want to be his friend.
Yeah, he's on it.
how well, that's philosophy, it's not psychology. I'm trying to figure out like how stable is his character.
He's not.
He's not.
I'll tell you right now, he's got
Yeah.
depression and anger problems.
Does he-
There's some form of extreme attachment to keeping you together as a group,
Yeah.
and also to anything that might endanger you. You know, and actually, maybe endanger's not a good word. Maybe endanger the social graces. So he's been very big upon respecting the locals. You know, they give us a free farmhouse, sticking together as a group, and now locals are asking us to do things, and we need to do it. Not causing problems, not causing a stir.
But there's no like underlying like discernible reason why, other than like just the social like.
Well,
I want to
Out-
make sure
totally
we're
out of character. He did have a discussion with Roy, which led into things. But it's
Did
up
I
to
hear it?
Roy.
I didn't
No,
hear
it's
it.
up to Roy. You didn't listen.
I haven't had the chance to share it with group. I
Yeah.
just haven't had the chance.
So to answer your question one-on-one with Brandon, no, but knowing what was told to Roy, maybe.
Okay.
So, but you
Right.
don't, your character doesn't know that. Yet. So,
Okay. I read on the-
but yeah, I mean this guy. I mean, think about it. He's gone from calm to high anxiety to a very calm and firm determination. So there's some psychoses there. There's
All
something
over the meeting.
Yeah, there's something going on.
So I'm gonna go and interject myself into this situation. I'm gonna lay my hand on his arm and his shoulder
Blaine?
and say, yes.
Okay.
I'm
Or
gonna
walking
say,
back.
it must have been very hard for you.
So,
knowing-
sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
When you touch him, his whole body is tense.
Was he there when?
Very. I mean, he's like tensing, like flexing muscles. Tense.
Was he there when the other 4?
No,
Okay.
you don't know that, but
So, what do you say, Tim?
I'm gonna say, it must have been very hard for you to lose your fellow students and to know that, or to feel that this group is at risk. I definitely understand. Surely, you can be in the photograph with us. Just stand in the back row and
Yeah,
Funny
me
face.
and Blaine just had a look to us. Yeah, I'll make a funny face.
As you're saying that, Blaine keeps the calm, cool demeanor, and turns and looks at you, and he listens and lets you finish what you're going to say. And by that point, you're actually talking to Brandon's character, but he's still looking at you.
yeah.
And he says, "It was hard."
Going to more firmly pat his shoulder.
He's still flexed.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he hasn't unflexed.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. So you said you will comply and be in the photo.
Okay.
Huh?
You said you will comply and be in the photo.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Robert, who did you lose?
Oh,
This is
dang.
upside down too.
Yeah.
This dude is so straightforward.
Make a persuade roll for that one.
Yeah, it's going to take some hay. I mean, yeah.
Out of character. I was just gonna try to use my knowledge like something to get.
You want to push it?
someplace.
Yeah, he's just like, I told you, that's going to be it. He's just
Oh
going
my
to
God.
have a middle breakdown right there. Yeah, he's going to have a middle breakdown. Just grab the picture and just like take pictures. We're all a group. Say cheese.
Oh, we're ready for the picture now.
Yeah, those push rolls.
Yeah.
Stuff can happen when you
Oh, that's
when
right.
you're pushing
Yeah, we
rolls.
can-
Did you want to push it?
No.
No.
All right, so you asked me that question with not making your persuasion roll.
That was very blunt. Yeah.
What's that?
That was very blunt.
Purposefully
Blaine turns to you and just so I have it clear in my head. Your question was, were you there?
No, I said, who did you lose?
Who did I lose? Okay. He looks at you and he says, kind of stutters a little bit. He says, I didn't lose anyone. The university lost 4 students.
What's his demeanor right now?
Yeah,
So
he
calm.
wouldn't know that you knew.
I'll let you know if it changes. If it does again.
How does he feel?
Yeah, he's still.
How does that
he's
make
still.
you
His
feel?
body is like. I mean,
Yeah.
you ever been around someone who's like ready to spring at any moment? So you look at him and he doesn't look. He's not in a defensive or offensive
Yeah.
position. I mean, he's pretty
Yeah, he's-
normal. But when you touch him, it's like holy
Very
crap!
intense.
This guy is intense.
It's like a bear trap, ready to go. Yeah,
Okay, let's get this.
Kind of looks around and he looks over at Richard,
that's second though.
the reporter, because he has no one else, but he got a little name tag. Richard Whitman.
Did he have a little thing with press coming out of his head?
Blaine looks around and says on loud, he's been kind of talking lower voice to you folks, but in a normal, little bit louder tone of voice. He says, let's not keep Mr. Wendell waiting any longer. I'm sure he has other stories to cover today.
Right.
Indeed, of course.
I get in my spot, not Flick's.
So he takes the photograph. He asks for your names.
Okay.
And he asks for the reasons why you're here, but Blaine kind of interrupts him and gives a blanket answer. He says, let me kind of speed this up because we've taken a lot more of your time than you probably intended. And Wendell just kind of, excitedly says, okay, sure, and agrees. And writes down a general description of why you're here as well as the 2 different groups. Wendell then kind of nods, thanks you all, and walks out the door.
So he didn't get our names?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he did.
unless someone says, I don't want to give you my name, but
Yeah.
what jumped in. So.
All right.
And this time, by now brings your food, so lunch is served. So you guys eat lunch.
Yes.
All right.
Might be the
Deputy
best
Cutter.
friends.
In the state.
In the state.
Can I speak to the dad's name?
Jim?
Okay.
He's in the kitchen. Yeah.
I want to go up there. This is a great burger, sir.
Thank you.
That is a tasty.
I recommend it for every place.
It's my pride and joy.
I'll be taking an order next time here.
I love that protein.
So, either during the meal or just after the meal, Deputy Cutter asks about Mr. Wendell and the interview and the discussion. And all of you kind of realize at that point that Deputy Cutter not only wasn't in the picture, but he never even got up out of the booth. And when he asks about Mr. Wendell, he says, I don't know about that Wendell guy. He really took those kids who disappeared, just had a field day with them. And for 2 weeks, that's all the newspaper, every day, that's all they talked about. He finally gave it up, but geez. How many times do you report missing kids, missing university kids?
Yeah. Can't beat a dead horse, right?
Must have been bad for the sheriff.
You
Did
wouldn't
he say
think
when
so,
he
but
was
he
gonna
sure
bring
did.
us our copies?
What's that?
Did he say when he was going to bring us our copies?
Yeah, right.
He's out. He left.
Like,
He just scared.
wow, no, that's a man. Oh, Wendell, he is a good reporter.
I was waiting to see how long before someone noticed that. Because like, don't say a word, Jonathan. Don't say a word. But yeah, he did not. Yeah,
We've been had.
He did not say anything.
Does anyone
Yeah,
know
hey,
where
don't
the
I'm
newspaper
asking
office
Debbie.
is?
I don't want to
Well, that's some
Debbie.
information I'd like
Where's
to know
this?
about.
Where's the
So,
reporter's
Yeah.
job at? Where's the newspaper?
You know what?
Newspaper.
Tell you what, I've got a map of the town I'll bring to you. Where you guys staying, by the way? I don't. Are you staying in town or?
Where's the place we're
I
going
don't
to
know.
stay?
Aren't
That's a
we
good
sleeping
question,
at
actually.
the farmhouse?
Farmhouse outside of town. Well, Robert, can we tell him?
You can describe to him where you stay. I mean, yeah, you can. You can.
No,
tell
he's
him.
asking Robert.
No, we're asking Robert.
Oh, you're asking Robert. I'm sorry. Yeah. Robert says, yeah, we're staying at the McLaren farmhouse. And when Deputy Cutter hears that, he shakes his head and smiles a little bit. Says, yeah, I know the place.
Well, we know about that place, sir.
Is that related
oh man,
to the
the old students stayed there too. This is like
say that.
some camp.
It's also known
I'm
as
gonna
Camp
say
Crystal
that.
Lake.
I'm gonna say that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna say that in
I got it.
character. I'm just
Thank
gonna
you.
literally shake my head. And I'm
What'd
gonna
you
be
get?
like, that's
I got
where,
success, but not.
Okay, that's fine.
that's where the old students stayed. I don't know.
All right, I guess I can tell you folks the story behind the farmhouse. I'm sure you're kind of wondering what
Yeah.
the deal is with that place and why,
Who's
it's,
living there now?
They're supposed to be watching my son.
that'll come out in the story.
Camp counselors. Yeah.
Don't get ahead
See-
from there.
Sheriff Spencer, his sister and her husband used to live there, do live there. Depends on how you look at it. Well, Sarah and her husband James McLaren. James was one of those guys. If you saw him, you wouldn't want to cross him. He's a pretty rough and tumble kind of guy. Really physically well built, good shape. You wouldn't want to get in a bar fight with him.
Sounds like my dad.
I tell you what, that Sarah, she must have done a number on him because anytime she was around, he was as sweet as he could be to her. He thought the world of Sarah. Well, James got in all kinds of fights. People blamed it on that, and most of the time the blame went to him. But they never seemed to have any kids. They really wanted him bad, but who knows the real reason why? It may have been Sarah. It may have been James. All those fights he was in. Anyway, about 20 years ago, Sarah got sick. Now, the sheriff's told me this story. I wasn't around at that time because I was a kid. Only, 20 years old myself. Matter of fact, it's probably half the year I was born. Sarah got the consumption. Back in those days, there was nothing you could do for it. There's not a lot now, but there definitely was nothing back then. Well, she finally lost that fight. Man, it took forever. They said it was a year or two at least. And she was in pain and agony and just about killed James. Well, Jimmy couldn't take it. Instead, he went to the bottle. Matter of fact, he still goes to the bottle. Jimmy's probably our number one customer, if you can say we have customers in jail here. I think Jimmy spends more time in the jail than out. He lost the farm. They took it over. The sheriff, he loves Jimmy. Still calls him his brother. But he won't let him stay in his house.
He's the town drunk now.
Yep, that's exactly what he is. So, all he pretty much does is he does whatever he wants until he gets drunk enough and the sheriff either does himself or has me arrest him. We put him in the slammer.
Is that part of the
Let him
reason why
sober
the
up.
sheriff's so adamant against drinking?
Nah, the sheriff is raised in a pretty strongly religious family.
Hey, that's the law.
I know it's the law, but he seemed like he wanted to make a point of it.
Sheriff's family raised him right.
Yeah, law.
He's a church-going man, law-abiding man.
So he's into believing that something's out there.
So, be careful. I don't know where Jimmy is now. I know he was in the cell the day before yesterday. The sheriff might have let him out just now, for all I know. I didn't see him this morning. He might already be out. Jimmy's got a temper. And I don't know if he'll take too kindly to seeing people in his house.
Robert,
first
didn't
time.
you just say the family said we could stay there earlier?
Robert's expression has changed a little bit. Now that you're looking at him, he's a little more relaxed, but he's not back to the anxiety state. His initial response is that he wasn't aware of any of this. He was told it was the McLaren farm, and that's where they're staying. Had no idea that the original owner was still around, much less a drunk and out of jail.
Who said we can stay there?
The company paid for the expedition. We're supposed to meet them tomorrow morning sometime. They said they'll be in town. He looks at the deputy and says, "You know anything about that company?" He says, "Oh yeah, I'll introduce you tomorrow. We'll meet them. They're around."
So it's not safe to stay there then, right, Robert?
Well, tell you what, if you guys want, you can always, call up me and I'll let me know and I'll come make a few rounds and check tonight. I think you're all right. Just shut the doors. And I'll check with the sheriff and see where Jimmy is. Maybe round him up and put him in jail before he gets too drunk again.
We would appreciate if you.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So you guys, you know why you're here? Like, did they? Sound like they didn't tell you much of anything on this trip. No.
I heard it's done.
I just know that I'm supposed to do some digging.
Okay.
I'm a geology student, so.
I might be interested in meeting in the morning too. I'm kind of curious why they bring a second team up here so soon. It's only been a month, since we last had kids. So
I'm assuming that's probably the reason why we're here to find out.
maybe I
I
don't
didn't.
know.
Well,
Sounds
I
like
wasn't told about that. Well, yeah.
it's out of character. Nobody was. So,
I know.
Yeah, you guys don't know.
No, I'm in the character. I'm saying I don't know about it.
I'll tell you what. I'll you know what? I'll be happy to be with you folks in the morning, and that way anything goes south or any funny business going on, I'll be cheer for you. So, okay. So deputy gets up and leaves, and comes back a minute or two later. Yes, this one I made for copies of. What the hell did I do with them?
Before we leave, I'd like to talk to Ian.
Talk to who?
Ian, the
Sure.
one.
For sure. Oh, they're right here. Sorry. He brings back 2 copies of the town map for whoever wants them, so you guys can keep those.
So one can go to the socialites and one can go to the worker.
So where were we?
So I wanted to step over and talk to Ian for a minute. So your son is a lovely artist.
Those are down there.
Thank you. We hope he's got potential because that seems what he wants to do in life. So
What did Picasso do?
Absolutely.
What did Rembrandt draw?
Oh, he drew a lovely drawing of some people out enjoying the forest and
Yes,
trees
I assume there.
of the town.
So he's a true
Very
prodigy.
nice.
That says to Wilmington.
I wondered, have you been to the farmhouse
It's
recently?
never ate. It's never ate on long legs.
not recently, no.
Oh,
Direction of the farm.
I was just wondering who might have been taking care of the flowers.
Good question. There's some flowers there.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it's just the town.
yeah, I don't think farmhouse. We're in town.
Yeah.
I haven't been in some time, and I don't recall any flowers. But I didn't really look around. Where are they?
Right in the back.
They're just behind the house outside the kitchen door.
Oh no, I didn't go back to the farmhouse at all. I just walked in front of it. Didn't even walk around the back at all. So
It's obvious it's Jimmy. Who else would be? Who
Right?
else would be?
He's taking care of the
Garden back there.
They ask God.
Well, perhaps.
he's the drunk
Usually the fairer sex takes care of the flowers.
I've seen strange
Are you,
ways.
what, are you trying to shoot his gender type? Maybe he likes a poor guy. You know?
My.
I was saying in the 20s. She was like, usually
Sorry.
Well, if the home is
He's like,
abandoned,
what?
sure, it would
So I
probably
am. I'm like
be
in this man.
fine for you to be out in flowers
Really
sometimes.
studying
if
this
you'd
map.
like
Found out
some.
where
They're
the
so
reporters
pretty.
at. I'm not telling.
I might have to make a trip out there. There's some nice flowers I wouldn't mind seeing myself. Not a lot of pretty things in this little town. Not that big, so.
Of course. And being the only lady of the group, it would be wonderful to have some female companionship.
I'll try to come out there when I get time. We are pretty busy. Obviously not, but you're the only customers in the diner.
Of course, of course. Well, it's been wonderful talking.
Oh, where's the Gazette? Where's the
Oh, is it on there? Is it on there?
I'm just asking her. I know, I found it. It's right here.
Oh.
But in character, I'm just kind of like.
I mean, you have
I
some
thought myself I haven't memorized that
No,
map.
it's right down the street. Right. I mean, it's. I think we could even walk to it. It's like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm pretty sure we can walk anywhere in the town.
yeah.
It's not that big of a town.
We could walk down the
I
street.
could probably jog through it in about 10 minutes.
That's group.
Blaine, no, everyone's finished eating by now. Blaine says, it's probably time that we head back up to the farmhouse for the evening.
Yeah.
Turn in. So,
We can't go try to get our copies of the paper.
That's great. Good.
Blaine likes right outside.
It's just right down the street.
Well, we could, but I just don't know if their office will be open. It's a little bit later in the day.
Yeah.
And being a newspaper.
Yeah.
You might be
Hey, what?
working on his story.
Out
about us
of
right
out
now.
of character. We can always break in. That's it. Out of character.
Thank you.
Character, yeah.
Maybe what we could do is head back there tomorrow, and I suspect your photograph will be in tomorrow's edition. You can get one of those as well. I'm sure he'd be happy to give you a copy of the one that you've actually got a photograph in. So, how's that sound?
Good deal.
Sounds good.
So Blaine kind of directs everyone to head back to the farmhouse.
I'll get one of the cars. I'm not driving.
All right. So you guys head back to the farmhouse. Trip there is uneventful, nothing out of the ordinary. Drive to the farmhouse. Nothing's changed. Everything looks exactly as you left it. It's about dusk or dark. So,
Probably a good idea to get inside.
all right. So turn in for the evening, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So, everyone goes to sleep.
Well, I know all the men folk were down on the bottom floor, but like, what's the sleeping situation? Like, if there's some furniture, some cots,
A couple chairs. That's it.
couple chairs.
Just the floor.
Okay,
Just
the
the
bottom.
floor.
We're gonna see that you guys brought some form of bedroll.
Yeah.
Sleeping bag or something. Okay.
Okay, on the
I'm
bottom floor is
thinking
just
it might be a
kitchen
good
and what
idea
room's on
to.
The living room and the
I
parlor.
want to call it your
No doors that
I
might be down.
think it might be a good idea to
Like
keep
the
an eye on
basement?
somebody
Yeah,
on
basement.
watch in
The
case.
deputy said that he was gonna
Yeah,
come by
because-
and make rounds or something.
Yeah, he could.
I want to wait for him to come by
A little bit.
before.
When I go upstairs, what do I see as the options for where I might get my head?
Floor is yours.
Upstairs, the stairs go directly into a hallway. There are two bedrooms that are on the back side of the house. They're identical in size and shape, and they're completely bare with the same type of dust that you see downstairs.
They're going to be over the kitchen, like
Yeah.
overlooking the backyard.
Right.
Sam made a good point.
Yeah, Robert, I think it might be a good idea for us to set up some kind of watch, just in case the drunk comes back by.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I second
This gentleman
that.
here said that he wanted to wait up for the sheriff. Maybe he could take first watch.
Okay.
Does the doors lock?
You can take first watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
They lock from the
What-
inside.
what
It's not a
about
key
checking
lock,
first
but it's
watch?
like
I am?
a
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
Oh.
Is there a window seat in the upstairs, or is there just like a floor and then there's a window? Or is it totally one
Each
I'll
bedroom.
relieve you when you get tired.
Let's say
I'll
that
take
the
next
back
watch.
of the house is north and the front of the house is south. Both the east and west walls of the individual bedrooms, so one bedroom's west wall, one bedroom's east wall, have double pane windows. They're the larger, tall windows, but there's no like seat, like just a regular pool ledge.
But there are windows going out the sides and out the rear of the house, or only so you cannot see the
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
John Wick.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go to bed. Brandon's got first watch.
I said I'd take second.
Okay. Sheriff's deputy is going to come by 3 times in the night.
Want to take a second?
There is no sign of Jimmy at all night long.
Raise it, Jimmy.
Sheriff deputy just comes up, acknowledges the person on watch, and then leaves. Doesn't really say much. So, okay. Sam,
Yep.
I need to hand this to you. Don't anyone else look at it, please.
Sam is dead.
No.
You wake up dead.
Screaming.
Video Sega games. Advertised.
Yes, but
Do you
by
remember
the way,
It was Splatterhouse. It was kind of because remember, like you going through the mansion or whatever, and your character's like at the Jason mask. And
Oh,
he's,
yeah,
like
that's
trying. But remember, all the other characters that you can save or not save through the. You know, when the killer, the monster comes up on
sure.
you until eventually it's like such and such.
It's totally
is dead.
yours.
Is that like
Yeah.
behind me now?
Yeah. Well,
All right, so you guys wake up the next morning.
I look like I woke up scared.
No, really?
Yeah.
You all right over there?
You okay, Sam?
It was just a nightmare. It was just a
What kind of
nightmare.
nightmare?
You really don't want to know.
Come on, tell us.
This week.
Can we get some breakfast?
It was weird. And for me
Hopefully
to say,
that-
and for me to say that, that's saying a lot.
Weird, like weird tales.
You and her. You're the.
Well, I guess
What
I
are
can.
weird
I guess,
tales?
okay, I guess
No,
I can tell
seriously?
you some more why how I wound up with this.
I'm gonna pull
comic.
out issue. It's volume 21.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
it's true. I found a lot of gold coins in a cave. There were other things in with the gold coins. I didn't read any of them, but my father did. And then he killed my mother
Oh, wow.
and was committed to an insane asylum.
Well, I thought I needed coffee, but I'm up. Like, that
I,
is some sober
wait.
The dream I had, I was in a flower bed. I woke up in a flower bed, and I saw some red eyes in the forest.
Red eyes.
And I heard a man crying very loudly, and he said my name. And the second time he said my name, I woke up.
Did the flowers look like they were the ones like outside?
What does this man sound like? No, volume 21, issue 3.
They didn't look like the same flowers outside, not to me anyway. There was a lot of rustling noises.
That's
Even the moon was
very
weird.
coincidental.
It was like it was possessed or something. And the guy, it was like a really loud scream.
All this is maybe mildly uncomfortable, and I'm going to the outhouse.
Very coincidental.
Very, very loud scream.
You're still upstairs.
No, I mean, we all got it, I guess.
Okay.
We don't have to go to the
It
outhouse.
was just long and painful.
No. You're not.
Right?
I don't know, man. Buddy says
He'll watch from the back door, you know.
Yeah, it really creeps the chick out while she goes to the outhouse.
It sounds like he was in pain. So it was a man, I know that. I just don't recognize it. It wasn't my dad. I don't think I would recognize that voice even now.
Can you speak more about the eyes?
They were red.
What's that mean?
It was like there was like a bunch of people in amongst the trees.
And they all had red eyes.
It's like they were. It was like nighttime, and they were hidden in the shadows. The moon didn't shine through the trees.
The red eyes.
Yeah, I saw the red eyes glowing, and I heard a lot of rustling, and it just looked like there were things out there, and I couldn't tell what they were. And then I heard some guy screaming in pain. He screamed Sam twice, and the second time was louder, and I woke up.
In the tree behind the bar?
Was it Dean Winchester?
What did you have to eat at this diner at the place again?
Same thing you had to
Are you
eat.
sure they did not put something in your food?
Did you have weird dreams?
No, I didn't. Obviously, it wasn't put in my food. You could have put some different food.
How? Why would they put something in my food?
Dream or something like that. I don't know.
So, you're part of one of the few, I might add, that's going up to the mountains today.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I'm going to be in town.
Good luck with that.
Pick up that
You're gonna be in town with the creepy kid.
I am. I'm going to get it. Don't worry, guys. We'll all get it. That's the rest of us. There's only like you. Isn't there one more? It's just the two of y'all.
Daniel's with us.
Yeah.
I'm with them.
So there's 4.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just.
Your character could be
Guard the
either or. I
outhouse.
never wrote that down, so it's your choice.
We should back.
It basically means you're major in college, which way you go. I want everyone to make a power roll, POW roll.
Power.
Oh,
Power. Wow.
You got power.
I'm good.
This is where I'm determined by
That's a crit.
I've got a critical success.
I'm not very.
Oh no.
You beat me.
That's the first freaking
I got
one
hard.
failed
I
all
got hard
day.
success.
Yeah, this is a 4. I got a hard. That is a 4. That's a critical success.
That's a critical success.
I got a hard success.
So
I
how
got-
many? Okay, so
I've
how
got
many
a critical-
successes do we have?
I got a hard.
Power is POW. Did you
All right. So how
find
many
that?
critical?
Yeah,
critical?
He went.
I have a hard
But
one.
you got a good
Hard,
power
hard.
too.
I didn't have a critical. I had a strength.
I'm just miserable.
I had a
Two hard success too.
I had a
I'm a weak
critical.
person.
Well,
Me too.
we're gonna, and this we're gonna,
Yes.
you either fail or you pass. Like success or you fail.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Darn, I wanted to.
For those of you who
Oh,
made your roll, when Sam's character begins to tell you the story of his dream, at some point in the story, not really sure when, it's up to your character because it's not relevant, a name pops in your head. Like just out of nowhere, a name you're not familiar with. Just hearing the story kind of triggers the name of John Jeffrey.
So they popped into my head while I was telling the story.
John Jeffrey.
Yeah, prior to telling the story and even the dream, like there's something about that story that has caused that name to pop in your head, and because it appears in your head, those of you who did not succeed on the roll, you'll have to either have the other people tell you or you know them. Okay.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
What? I heard a name.
John.
What's John?
That's my name.
John Jeffrey. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
You guys hear it?
Wait, we heard that name?
If you passed.
It just appered like a thought.
Oh,
The
okay.
name
If you
just,
passed.
you know.
It's not a name I think.
But I'm
I
going to
don't
tell you
think
right
we've
now.
encountered that.
Yeah.
No baloney. I heard that same name.
Is it something
For some
historically
reason,
we
it was
would roll
rolling around in my
to see if
head.
we
Now
recognize
you just
it?
saying it.
You can roll a history
It's
check to
giving
see
me
if you
the
recognize it.
heebie-jeebies.
I'm gonna roll a history check. See
But I'll
what-
tell you right now, I was already kind of spooked.
Just as is, no, it's not a name direct. No, you're right. It's not a name that you have encountered before.
Let's see.
I got a hard success.
So that would be a.
It's
Yeah,
not a
I
name.
succeeded.
I got 3.
Historically, it's not
A 7? That'd be
Recognize it.
hard.
All right, I got a hard success on my history check.
I'm going to try.
Not a name.
None of us recognize it. Yeah.
Frank did as well.
I had a crit success in
It's not a name I'm familiar with at all.
Yeah.
For some reason, you guys think of some name John Jeffrey.
Well, I really do
Oh,
want to
it's
take
not
this
hard.
opportunity to
It's
go to
not
the
I don't know
outhouse.
why. It's just blowing my mind.
Literally or in game?
Yes.
Oh.
We all thought his
People have to
name.
go
Oh, like
sometimes,
I
you
was
know?
just telling Sam,
So-
this story spooked
And
me.
just as a
But now I got the
because no one
heebie-jeebies,
asked
like,
this.
I'm-
Do you guys remember
When
what
we first got here and I
the
saw
power
how much that-
statistic is for?
Didn't it have something to do with your mental
I think I just didn't have enough sleep.
abilities
So I'm like,
to withstand
seriously, I don't
It's
know why I
your,
saw that.
craziness?
It's basically your force of will and your spiritual and mental stability.
Power also fixed magic points.
Yeah.
That's important in certain games.
So I failed
All
my
right.
mental ability and I didn't.
So,
That's interesting.
any more further discussion on Sam's dream or Sam's character's dream?
I'm just going ahead and go out and get myself some eats.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
basing
not-
on what they said.
He had some bad stomach in his food. That's all it was.
But when I arrive at the outhouse, I want to have a look.
My guy don't believe in all that.
It is an outhouse that is unused. There are some weeds and plants growing up from the receptacle. This outhouse has not been used in some time, and it's pretty overgrown with weeds. It's usable.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Okay. Because I'm totally freaked out about the dream and everything, I'm not going to go where I can see her go, but I'm going to be near her in case something happens.
Okay. So Sam's character follows you out to the outhouse where you're looking. So.
You're not, yeah, we all know you're not trying to.
Blaine's watching from the back door. For whatever reason,
I'm
Blaine
following,
today is not making as
but I
big of
am.
a deal about you two going to the outhouse and everyone staying. You remember yesterday, Brandon's
Yeah.
character, but today.
I'm actually following.
Blaine's overall appearance this morning, he is more calm than yesterday, but he does have more of the anxiety he had initially when you guys met him. So the calm, determined demeanor is gone. And he's back to the anxiety, back to when Roy was first, hey, what's up with you?
my character's crazy and something.
Well, Deputy Cutter shows up first thing bright and early in the morning. Walks
Hey,
up,
Deputy.
asks how everyone slept and how'd the night go.
Hi, good night. What about you, buddy?
I got a few winks in between patrols, but all right, I'll make
Get
it
your
through
coffee?
the day. Going back to Deputy Cutter, what do you guys remember about his description?
Younger than us.
Yeah, he's a pretty boy.
Yeah.
Pretty boy's a good description of him. He's really, calm and he's not. He's very, very helpful. He's kind of the opposite of the sheriff that knows how to go.
Hey, Deputy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Got any local hotties around here?
What?
You got any local singles in your area?
Yeah.
That's what he's asking about.
Oh, son, why do you got to do that?
He's a young kid.
Don't be talking that way. Did you miss the sheriff's speech yesterday about students coming in?
Carousing.
Is he dense? Is there some? Did this boy get dropped?
He's
He's got some brain damage.
He's on the football team.
God,
He's been
the
hitting
deputy's
it.
countenance changes. He's a little more stressed now, and he's like, the sheriff gave you this speech about the students coming to town and carousing, and here you are already asking about loose women.
Oh, no, that means loose is loose. I'm just talking about pretty girls.
Axel, just calm down. He's a distant cousin that's here from California.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
California. Yeah, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Keep his libido under control and down. Man, if these locals hear any mention of asking for women, it's not going to be in your favor at all. Come on, son. I barely got out of high school. You're more educated than I am. You should know better than this.
Okay.
Wait, you look how few you have. Quite few around you.
What?
I'll go over and put my arm around Axel's shoulder. Come here, cousin. Let's talk. Come on.
Hey, I got something rolling around my head. I'd tell you about it, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But I got just a name I wanted to run past you, Deputy, if you might know. Might be a local boy or something like that.
Sure.
John Jeffries. Does that ring a bell?
He has a physical reaction anyway.
He has a physical
He looks like a
reaction.
jerk of the head.
An obvious physical.
Yeah. What do you know about that name?
Oh, nothing much. It just happened to just pop up. Let's just say it just popped up today.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I had a dream.
Wait.
No, I'm just like, come on.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
I had a nightmare, and at some point I woke up in a flower bed, and I heard a guy screaming in pain, and he said my name twice. The second time I woke up, and then when I was telling them about the dream today, several of us had the name John Jeffries pop into our heads.
Does that remind you of any stories or anything in the news?
I'm sure we all read it on a sign or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere. There's a logical explanation for
This
this.
guy gets it.
He just had bad trivia.
We're not crazy.
We're not crazy at all, Deputy. I just want to make that very clear.
Don't mind my
We're all
buddy.
level-headed students.
Wendell didn't come back out here, did he?
No, sir.
Nope.
You sure you've never heard that name before?
No.
Never heard it before.
We may
I never
have.
until he
Civility or
just said it.
something.
Where?
I didn't know.
You know how it is. You see a name somewhere or something. Mine plays
Yeah,
tricks
but
on you.
there's a reason why. There's something about that name. We're sure you guys have never heard that before.
Never heard it.
We'll know
before.
after you tell us.
Yeah, we couldn't tell you right now, to be honest.
Yeah, but I kind of need to know from you first. I'll tell you. I'd be happy to tell you. But you're 100% sure.
100% sure that I've never heard that name before.
Wouldn't lie
I
to
never
you,
heard it until
Deputy.
he just said it right there.
Oh.
I don't believe this.
Well,
stuff.
before I tell you, let me ask you this question. It's, I'm 20. I'm not that far away
You're
from
just
being
a couple
wild.
years younger than me.
I'm not that far away from being a teenager, and it's pretty common for the high school kids in town to come out here in the middle of the night. It's one of their make-out spots, and who knows what else they might be getting into. So this is. You guys didn't have any nighttime visitors of that nature, did you?
None that we know. The only one we noticed was you.
And Ann and Jim, you didn't talk to them?
Nope.
Last time I seen them was
Not last night.
when I had that good burger they had made.
Well, I guess I can trust you kids, but that's the name of one of the 4 individuals who disappeared, and the reason I'm concerned is those names have not been released to the public.
Well,
So for you to tell me that name just popped in your head makes me a little suspicious.
well, you know, we went to the same schools.
Robert.
That's a good explanation.
Yeah.
Maybe we just heard it or something, you know,
Yeah.
on the college campus.
So who's the other 3?
Robert.
I don't know.
Who are the missing again, Robert?
Are you guys looking at Blaine?
Blame you.
He's close.
Can I do an education to see if I know
Who
John Jeffrey, like,
or who
more
John
in,
Jeffrey
like,
is
the
associated
college?
with?
Like, yeah.
Can I do the same?
Yeah, I want to.
Nope. Just education.
What happened for me? Come on.
I got a
You
40.
got it.
I got hard success.
You do not know.
I'm wasting those good rolls on something.
Yeah. Deputy's a little suspicious at this point.
Well, what were the other 3 names?
Well, now, son, I'm not just going to outright tell you that.
We already know one.
Yes, you do. And my job is to figure out how you learn that one.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It just popped into my head.
Honest to God's truth, it popped into several of our heads after hearing
Honest
the
to
stories.
God.
I'd
Didn't
agree. I
pop
say
into my
nothing
head,
because they all sound
because
so
I keep
similar.
The deputy now kind of looks to the left and the right, not anything in particular. Maybe he's looking around, or sheriff, maybe, who knows. He reaches in a pocket, pulls out a small bottle, and he says, "Let me have a little sip of this. And, this is our secret. It's a whiskey bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Don't smell it.
As long as no one tells the sheriff, of course."
In character.
Uh,
Okay. That was it.
And he offers it to people.
no,
Purely
no, thank you.
medicinal purposes.
No thanks.
I appreciate the offer,
I'll take
though.
the very small
Your
one.
character's really good.
Well, all right. I'm going to give you kids the benefit of the doubt. Tell you what, I'm going to take it a step further. You got me thinking. You know, you grow up and kids will be kids, and there's always stories. And of course, when those 4 kids disappeared 2 months ago, there are all kinds of. That was the keeper stuttering. Sorry, it was not the NPC. It was me. That was not the NPC. When those 4 kids disappeared 2 months ago, there was all kinds of wild stories.
That's nice.
And, a lot of activity at this farmhouse, because you see, this farmhouse has got a bit of a reputation. Remember how I said a lot of the kids like to come out here and spend the night, and have fun, and do the things that kids do but probably aren't supposed to do.
Yeah, go to the drive.
Sometimes I have to turn a blind eye just to stay on the good side of the kids and the sheriff both. They're kids, but not too far
Going to
past.
Lookout
that.
Point.
But
I need to find that place.
supposedly, and I suspect you guys are going to get questioned about this when we back to town, no one's ever made a full night out here before until now. So, if
Send up those
anyone
kids.
wanted to
You couldn't tell
particular,
us this yesterday when we were at the diner?
well, I could have, but where would you have gone?
Not
Oh,
here.
back to school, baby.
When you say made a full night,
Like I almost
I'm not the
forgot, like,
superstitious
I'm
type.
sending you away.
You know,
Okay.
the rumor is that Sarah McLaren's ghost, Sarah Shade is what they call her. She supposedly haunts this place.
This place,
Yeah.
where we're at.
Yes. It's where she died. I mean, she had the consumption.
Don't worry, they're not really.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Somebody
no big deal. We got the sheriff's drunken brother to worry about, and
Yeah,
now we
he's
got a
bothered.
ghost lady. So yeah, it's fine.
It's
So
all
did
gin.
she
It's drunken
perish
brother.
at home, or was she sent away to a sanatorium?
No, she was here.
do they sanatoriums exist in the 20s?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
they were for. was
Still
for
in the
TVs.
20s?
Yeah, that's where
yeah.
some people
Like,
were.
Well,
they
but no,
were-
keep in mind she died 20 years prior. Remember, he said that this
Oh.
probably happened the year that he was born.
At the
They had
end
sanatoriums.
in
like,
1899.
Yeah.
later there.
Yeah.
My dad actually spent some time in one
Yeah, I
when he
was
was a
gonna
kid
say,
because he
they're
thought he
all
had TB and then he
60s.
didn't. So he was there for like over a year.
The deputy says he's never seen Sarah Shade, but you know how these stories go that she gets blamed for anything bad that happens. Somebody loses a cat or a dog, they blame Sarah Shade. Someone gets sick, they blame Sarah Shade.
Something tells me your sheriff's brother has a little more into this than we think.
What tells you that?
He's drunk and going out crazy, that you say.
Well, he's probably drunk because he lost his wife that he loved dearly, and she's the only thing kept him sane in this world. Remember I said
that will cause
the
any
sheriff
man to
said.
go do anything.
Yeah, Jimmy's. But then how do you explain the things that happened when we got Jimmy locked up tight in the jail? Which has been many a night.
Wait. Well, what things?
Probably
have
got
happened?
some buddies of his.
People lose dogs and cats. You know, there's a couple times someone's kids come up missing. We usually find them. You know, they're running off. Doing
I don't know.
something.
Well, I don't know who's doing it, but it sure ain't no ghost. It's not.
Son, you just came here. How would you know anything?
You don't believe in God.
So you're telling me that ghosts exist?
He tries
I'm
to
not.
rationalize
Look,
everything.
I mean, I know you say he's from California, but I think this goes past that.
It does go past that.
Yeah.
He feels like everything has to have a rational, logical explanation.
Are you
Man,
telling
man,
me that I spent a home in a night,
Home and a night.
home that had a telephone and a heathen? I can't believe I made it through.
Yes, ma'am, I believe you did. And I tell you, be careful talking that way around the sheriff. I'm not superstitious, but he sure is.
I can tell.
He's a
That's
strongly
why I
religious man, so
That's why I didn't say anything.
Well, the one thing they do say about Sarah Shade, and this is why I think you kids are going to be okay, is rumor is if you ever see her, your death's not far away. And I can safely say that everyone who has claimed to see Sarah Shade somehow met an untimely death.
What does Sarah's shade look like?
That's supposed to be.
What do they say she looks
Look
like?
at Marcellus Wallace.
What
No, that's
this is
that's,
a tasty burger.
That's the funny thing. Every one of them we've talked to, which haven't been a whole lot, 4, 5, 6 of them, they've all had a different description. Makes me kind of believe it's all in their head. One of them was Jimmy said he did, but we knew for sure he was lying because he was just probably missing her one night and saw her in a bottle of something he shouldn't have drinking in the first place. So,
Well,
anyway, I probably need to head back to town. I wouldn't mind getting a little more sleep. I didn't get a whole lot last time myself. So, all right.
Okay.
So
all right.
Thanks for the info.
he
Where's
drives off.
Blaine doing all this?
He's watching.
He's listening. This is
He's
just
just listen quietly.
Just as new to him
Okay.
as you guys. He's not giving any signals that he knows more, or well, definitely not less, but he knows more than you folks do. Of what's going on.
Obviously, yeah.
Wait, any idea who this John Jeffrey guy is?
Yes, Blaine. Not a clue. I didn't know the names of the 4 or something.
Some of us would know.
When he says that, knowing from our talk off in the woods, I'd like to, I guess, spot hidden or something just to see if he's keeping it. Like I'm trying to read him.
Yeah.
When he tells him that, because I'm thinking,
Let's
like,
see.
really,
Do
Blaine?
Don't do a spot hidden.
Psychology, I could roll that too.
Yeah, psychology.
Psychoanalysis.
Oh,
Psychoanalysis or psychology, kind of form which one better.
Yeah, what is that?
I think that'd be psychoanalysis.
I lean towards psychoanalysis as determining what type of psychosis you have, more like a diagnostic.
I didn't get it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't see nothing else. But I was suspicious.
Well, I'd like to go and talk to Blaine, I guess, and ask him, like, how was your rest last evening?
Good time.
It was pretty good. Thankfully.
Very good. I'm pleased to see you reap the restorative rewards of a good night's feast.
Me too. It's a little exhausting running a group this size, you know? Especially when you got a couple of them that are little wild hares.
You said it's good, huh? What? You said it's great to have a group this size.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure is. He looks at you like, yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. So you guys want to head back to town?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
Axel,
eat?
Was there breakfast to eat?
Yes, I'm going with my.
Behave.
I'm going with my boy over here.
Behave.
Are we
Oh, are
going
you-
to go
are we
to
going
in the
the
mountains
grill?
with him?
Yeah.
For
he's-
breakfast?
Are we have we
Or are
left
we
yet?
going elsewhere?
we
Have
got
we
to
left
meet the
yet?
people before we can
I thought
actually
that
get to
seems
work.
like
You guys.
So yeah,
Where's
we're all
the-
heading into town.
I got a map
Breakfast
right
time,
here.
right?
What happened to the map?
Here's one.
Oh,
I'm marked.
I don't know.
Does anybody want to take a look at the barn before we go
We already did.
collectively as a group?
I'm
Well, we
curious,
never
where are
actually
you going?
town looked.
You going into
He
town
doesn't
or are
seem
you
he's
going?
worried
I don't
about
know
us
your
being in
your
a group. We
student.
might be able to just break off.
I don't know your
Out of
major.
here.
I'm
it's-
asking.
It's
Not even-
philosophy.
Okay, so you're in town. I'm a
Language.
philosophy
Yeah,
major
we
too.
got to
Yeah,
guard the
so-
people before
Can
we
we check the garden really quick before we leave? And then
Wait,
forget about it?
wait. What did you
Nothing
guys
different,
say about the barn?
Well,
What
we ain't
did
going
everybody
far.
collectively say?
They were looking at
I'll
the
go if you
flower.
really want to check out the
Character
barn,
had
man. I'll go
mentioned
check
that
out the
since
barn
he's
with you.
not
I think
as
we didn't-
concerned today, he might go.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
so
we
we've got.
should.
Frank was saying you want to go look when you walk up to the guard, which again, Blaine is not as strict on you as letting up. Nothing has changed since yesterday. Now you want to look at the barn?
Yeah.
We'll go with you, man.
He's going.
I'll go with him too. Yeah.
He's going with it too.
So what do you want to
I'm
do?
not going to go anywhere.
I
near
can
those
tell you the
trees.
description of the barn again. If it would help, you tell me.
Yeah.
I'll-
Okay. So it's completely caved in.
I'm standing with. I'm by.
Try that
And
one.
grass has grown. I mean, the cave-in
Spot
was
hidden.
not recent.
There's anything to be found.
The grass grown.
So I did want to do the spot hidden, like just to take a look at like I know it's caved in, but if there are any open spaces or free spaces,
You don't need a spot hidden for that.
Okay.
No, there's
This
the
is-
barn is so caved in that to see what was in it, it's basically an exercise in dismantling the barn. There's not any like pockets or cubby holes that are still protected from the barn. I mean, the barn caved in, like it's done.
I'm very surprised that you knew exactly what I was talking about, but you did. So I said I'm very surprised that you knew exactly what I was talking about, but you did.
Okay. No.
Okay. All right.
Sure. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
It's just a pile of.
Yeah, it's pretty much a pile of lumber.
Okay.
if we were gonna, it'd take like a day's work or something to even
More
make
than a
some
day's
headway.
work.
Yeah.
This is not the excavation we came for.
Light it up.
Yeah, that's probably the better choice.
See what you
I mean,
send
it's-
out.
Burn it to the
All right.
ground.
So let's. Yeah.
I mean, if you were to disassemble it, you're not going to see what was in the barn other than it's in the pile of rubble. So you're not going to see like.
There's nothing special about the barn.
It's a dead barn.
It's a dead barn.
Yeah.
I want to look at the barn
Science
and see
versus,
if something else could have caused the clashing.
It's not apparent where the cave-in occurred from because the entire structure of the barn has caved in. There's not one point, so it's not as if
Oh, that's worse.
something hit it or caved in. It's also not apparent did this happen due to age and disrepair, or did an external force do this?
Like the weather.
Never mind. This gives me
Really,
a lot of
there's-
information.
Yeah, there's the barn is in such shambles. It's also kind of hard to tell how much of this happened at the point of impact versus over time.
The gaming
It's the amount of grass that's grown up through the barn does tell you that this barn has been in this state for a while. But did it all happen at once, or did one thing happen and then more happen over time?
Cthulhu.
No.
I have a quick question about
Cthulhu
the
is
map.
sleeping there.
In which direction is the farmhouse? Like, where do we come and go from town when we're coming and going from the farmhouse?
We're going to cover that because we're going to stop right now.
Okay.
And then next week, I'll bring you guys into the town and I'll tell you which direction you're coming in.
Okay.
We're gonna run the town people and the people of Cthulhu.
We gotta
For the
meet
record,
the
Party
the,
split, right?
No, not yet.
The
Not
new
yet.
We're gonna-
office is fairly close to the restaurant.
Yeah, I
we're,
gotta mark
we're
it.
going to end this week's session.
We should keep going though.
Well, no, we can't. I was actually supposed to go at 8 o'clock. It's 9 now, so
Yeah.
we started way late today. We're going to end this session still at the McLaren farm. You have not split up. The next thing Blaine has said is that it's time for us to head into town. And he hasn't said how or anything past that, so that way we're pretty clear on how this session stops.
Yeah, fine for that, man.
Oh, no problem.
We're at
It
the
was
farm,
great.
we're about to go to town.
Blame
Yeah, you know what you're doing
Cthulhu.
with the